It's another Saturday, and as usual, Eugene, I'll need a little volume in this thing. I don't know why. Thank you. Oh, it's from here. Okay, it's another Saturday. I welcome you to Peace 104.3 FM on Entertainment Review. This time, I had us right, Mambo Best Entertainment. Kwesi Ernest new. Mamen Sambo Subi. Memobia Kwaba Kesia Pa Ever Entertainment Review on Peace 104.3 FM. Made in the Halifax, Mina Medi Jumana Hochiami and then Subium meets name me bra penyon Kwesi Abuajia Father Asmanu Efum and see and then so on around. Answer Nakra me started my interviews. My mama opinion for Nakwaba. Bako. Kwesi Ernest Makwaba.
Yeah, Japom to saying.
Nyami di Ache.
It's a beautiful Saturday. Rainy, small here, showers here and there. We are managing.
And so to an eye pity.
There were showers in the morning, but where I'm coming from Kwabenya, it's still giving some drizzling here and there.
Well, you have been by say, always an agency and obeking tree. Na rainy ni drizzly ni I can trees and not for the along the line. Brownald,
Bra Halifax.
Mo Akwaba.
Major Sumini Abibia Bokode.
Yamedia, Kipacha Bokode.
Yamiadum, now so.
I'm fine. And now Kodia Sawa.
Bibisa.
And then last Saturday of
definitely.
United Showbiz.
Definitely.
Which I will not say
definitely. Yes, okay.
I don't yesterday.
Omo no munye believe say me dance na improve. But me dey say me na me jemu nada.
Well, yeah, but sure. And then of course I have this man, a very hardworking gentleman from Big Events. He's actually the leader of Big Events. I feel the nyarati pen omoye. Nancy omoye. Jesus, bring the name. Obekaimi. The way ministers.
Ghana Ministers of State Excellence Honest.
Pepe. I want to start with the excellence. Now, I know there was an excellence somewhere. Ghana Ministers of States Excellence Honest. And also Kuyipa. And then Prince Maki about Bekaim. Yeah, no be bon komo. Mamenkai, it's here for say Jumadi a Cup Farm. Now, I'm proud sponsors. And see, my entire Cup Farm for Kakra. Then I come back to studio 2. Maybe I see.
Kafam Ghana Limited, inspired by our music and culture, Alodia Promotions, West Coast Entertainment, added the 5th Kafam Ghana Music Awards UK, April Showtime. On the 9th of October, Royal Regency, 501 High Street North, Mano Park, London, Entiwo, yes, woo, Anawu, to Home Appliance, and Kafam, Sabusumi way. Now you could be the lucky one, baby. When they will partner on an all expenses paid. Mokosha live events no be. Ewo Queen no chrome. Na the possible day. Kafam Ghana Music Awards UK. Koswa to fridge, TVs, air conditioners, washing machines, keke. Na ko UK. Kaisa ya no mano. Ya tiswanga zangaza. Kafam Ghana Music Awards UK. Entertainment no see.
Music in the background now, Diana Hamilton's Adom. So Diana was the overall winner at the recently held Ghana Music Awards USA 2021 edition. One winning overall Best Artist of the Year pair, also winning 2 other categories we count: Gospel Artist of the Year, Gospel Song of the Year. And it was one of the best music events held this year so far. Last week, Atlantic City, New Jersey, in the United States of America, the Ghana Music Awards USA 2021 edition, of course. So, Nyame Adom Timiame producer Eugene Safon Cancer Atumianya organizers no our telephone line. So in fact ono no ye chief executive and Cancer of the company organizer deno. Nidin di Dondi mamene no bonkomo till and then I go back to my panel members. Dondi. Can you Chairman, what's it mean?
Chairman, don't go. I say.
Nyamedi Ache, one sir.
But we're going for now. I'm going to voice will check it on the show.
Eugene, me press something, tune something. I mean, if you're able to hear me, press something. We're fine to go now. Okay, Dundee, congratulations. Your music, Ghana Music Awards USA 2021 was a success. Why are you?
That's it. It's one okay, Jagu, so I'm saying, Alifas, one here. I'm going to be Basa, and Alifas, and I'm going to be
Oh, David. Congratulations to your board chairman, your board members. Ebe did say Obebe Awards, and then now I call positive news in Kwadia. My idea. Congratulations one more time. But generally, from the angle of organizers, no, I mean, were your expectations met? Is this what you wanted to achieve, and you could have done better?
I'll be frank with you. From organizers' perspective, sorry. Now, after event, it's not say a meeting, and score. I want to be a see a day. It's made in the corner. Time a month for the bar, Ghana for this time, and then only throw it off. I mean, one other any time and say starting was a Ghana for. I mean, the rebel late in this animal. And no, and mad, Medina Casa, I think, so Kakrama, and no affecting her in the way. So it didn't go as originally planned. And then the mechanical nature was yes. I mean, Ejitum said. And said I'm and yes, I mean, personally, I gave us 65 because what I wanted us to do because of lateness of patrons in cinema, Mediano started permanent started.
65%. Now 35%. What's going down? Ankamu de bear anything. And we're starting 10 man count.
This is 65.
Yeah,
65.
Tress, I can't 35%.
That's right.
So it's 35%, you know. And can anything can on be because of late start and to me ambaso.
I can't go Mediano a share time now and Cassia Fianca. You don't never be brave because he never be brave fee. Running out and Musana Baya, a bit me. You see, as an organizer, you always have to be proactive. What they say, we are sure, said, "Bibi, Oceana, time ends so on. One share last year, I not a bomb, but you don't say, Majin black here. And to the Makacha, said, no, this year, say, lateness bar, we had a plan B. And I'm paso, knowing our people, no. Then the same into your hair, Oman Bantam, that was a result to plan B, which was to take out some remember be anchor like I see in the plan A yet if we mutana we let run smoothly and will be any and say ye never be brave more nanka ebe mo anka amam for begi beche papa.
Dundee, sorry I have to repeat the question. I mean, what I meant was, okay, we have to remove some things. Then there's some things in Yama be brave. No, I did put you never be then I'm you free.
I live after some few performance and some few, like awards that I get presented some small sketches anchor. Because of time, and as a venue, it was America, so the amount of time I was so poor at this time, I was so poor at that particular time. No matter what it is, no matter with you. And now one of the challenges was with power outages. I mean, it's funny. People didn't really realize it, but because we make sure.
Dundee, Drumso, America. Is that what you mean? So see power outage. Yeah, that's a Drumso.
Drumso of venue, Drumso of venue. My mentor here. They go see it. It's also venue, because of COVID, Now, Oman said, used to venue in a while. So we were the third people and the kind of production gadgets I use were heavier they demanded a heavier outflow of power. What they say. So now I said the venue wasn't expecting the kind of production here there. You try 2 or 3 times, lights go off for backstage. the light to be off. But again, with all those challenges, no, we made sure say because now your backup plans people will really not realize it, but in terms of money, I solve the problem. No? And that was one of the few challenges I now place. No, but no, at least you're by your money.
Modern boom. But I also realized some of the nominees, especially on Free Ghana, no, when it was announced we are winning, no, a good number of them were absent.
Okay,
don't you feel that mean? Okay, me realize this a good number of the nominees from Ghana, winning, you know. Say a bomudia, they weren't in the auditorium to receive the awards themselves. Na nipa back when miensa challenge session about no saying what happened.
Okay, so the good thing is America no so after the Medina and I was on your visa over event last year. From the beginning of the year, your boy homeworking, your affiliations with the other embassies, your embassy born homeworking, your contractor and agencies, so obey and if it's a huge mama, send a artist and athletes the back then, you know. Not a bomb with the plaque in Sanyaman, but unfortunately, up to date, I'm no cafe or call embassy new website. The next available date is in 2023. The next available date for an interview for a regular visa application is in 2023. But again, yeah, she said, I'm a representative the back now. This one because we had a storm. We had a storm, and the normal people were expecting, I can say about almost 20% of the patrons expected of them, you know, and turning up, you know, and it was due to the weather at the time. There was a storm. So even though ban is they're not still I mean. We were expecting Sanka a award this annual, but they couldn't come because of Sanjay Anthony and Coach departure.
Wow, interesting because Obi to say Shatawale now or advertise on social media so we're performing on the nights. And until Nidia knows we're about saying a storm yibi and now visa and same and
Shatta copy baby there was one and two reasons be a Shatta Anthony and PM and no at the right time we were coming but and yes now he was supposed to be the surprise artist on the bill but BBC and I went to Nyamba high power but that's one of the reasons why the BBC they see any at the right time we were coming.
Oh, don't be Halifax.
And you're on the fort. And you're on the fort. And you're for.
Send Halifax assume you days. I will see maybe 1 or 2 BC. We just won't cut to no can one. Then we say 1 or 2. Jai 2 no can one. Then they see what is maybe 1 or 2.
Halifax no. Ali.
Don't be. Anyway, maybe but so in Asana Meja now no, you've raised the bar one more time. I mean, comparing this to your previous edition. Dondi, aren't you raising this bar too high for yourself to miss? Can you beat this next year?
Okay, so at the end of the day, there's one thing GMA USA, also. I think Ghanaian crafts and Ghanaian entertainment deserves better because Africa, Africa, Africa creative arts now. Ghana, I mean, we are very, very proactive and we are very, very, active when we come to Ghanaian creativity or Ghanaian entertainment. And it is time for the world to hear about us. It's time for the world to know who we are. And I think raising the bar, they are raising this year. No, I think next year, once you're going to have boo skills, next year is going to be different. And team now start to say, I start to say age man, and I think that the best thing next year is even more than I can say. So it will be times 3 of what we experienced this year. But we started last year, said this year will be different, and this year too we've delivered, and next year is going to be a different ball game altogether.
Donde, congratulations. We wish you well. But as usual, corporate social responsibility. No tablets. No, I think when you be better.
Ali, I feel me that to me for because I remember tablet back for my power. We said I bet me trendy event. Am I more any web trendy Ghana event? Miss anyone tablet the Bahamas. Usabeka be this year. My mama promised for online. Say Halifax Usabeka be. If you are not 2 seconds, you know that. Yeah, I'm not saying so back.
Well, Okona, no tablets. But on a more serious note, we are proud of you. We say congratulations to you and your board and your team and everybody and all award winners.
May that please from any despite group of company for all your support. At least you gave us the opportunity to use your board, our board, with somebody as our board chair, and all we can say is Damasify, any sponsors in World Remit, I don't call any. Our cast, all the sponsors from we are hoping that next year they will come and bring more so that we can deliver more. And that's Halifax.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
So the essence
his name is Don D.
is centered on your grace.
I don't know your opinion. Campaign on organize the Ghana Music Awards USA. And I'll get the name of the company soon. Eugene will get it in for me. I don't have it now. Well, it's going to be a good day. It's not common for you to interview a deputy minister sometimes, but today on my show, I'm honored to have one of our own. I mean, deputy minister in charge of tourism, arts, and culture, the man himself, Mark Okreku Mante. Honorable, Yemo Akwaba.
Hey, Halifax.
Honorable.
When you and I talk, careful, I will be tempted to say things we don't have to say.
Oh, then.
So we do a lot of caucus talk.
It's for God and country, Honorable.
Yes.
Thanks for coming through the show.
Thank you.
Because then me who topic be power, but I was like, oh Mark, by now on the be a year say practitioner be my papa, but it's good you are here until you do watch a train. So let me start from Kwesi. Kwesi, you listen to Don D. I mean, he explained 1 or 2 challenges they had. He himself scored himself 65% or see late start 1 or 2. Instead of doing so by a power failure, neha, and then flight arrangements in this COVID season, yama.
Yeah.
1 minute has been anyway.
Okay, so Halifax.
Yeah.
I will. Sir, idea no idea my be pain. So I would like to be in his shoes for a second, and then be able to really say the best make to me and when in the problem or come and kasa yi. Halifax, no say your program, amanonia, especially be it UK, America, Canada, the year. It do some time your logistics concern be what. Who nyan to say the opposite ebia we yen
Really?
Because one will say yeah as traditional event organizers Ghana no your format any said the yen call 40 and your massy any said the show pattern at here. I'm not talking about a typical Rihanna concert. I'm not talking about typical Jay-Z concert, but I'm talking about a typical Ghanaian concert festival organized. What said the yetutuyanyoma what you say. And so sometimes there are few things be to say the okay. I was now majority of one more any nominations in the one US or more Ghana. So possibly you may have to fly them down to US. Already no COVID by US embassy ye challenger or move in terms of appointment. Abe payment ne booking appointment crowd embassy was difficult. Because unless it be by pure protocol and I say be a medical system need be able to menya that emergency you need to me a book appointment akwaje visa. The first of all from the word go no there's limitation as in inipa kwa na artists na as so omo ba no beje recipient no there's a limitation to the number of people you can possibly get to attend the event as in and I wouldn't say awards no so no the celebrities any musicians any of them award AFA awards be a fair is the artists at the red carpet parading themselves, making interviews, and I feel we are artists nankasa nominees so you need majority of them. Woman ebeba ye bo wedding na say award the year awards na say enipa no 80% of nominees need them ho ye bo, and the winners are no obi a shekut no akwejire honum on behalf of the artists, ebasana the beauty what the cameras want to capture to tell the story of awards, sometimes now a bit defeated. Until like Don is saying, there are quite a number of enema bibria abia womuko mua woman to me abia achieve the 400% of it. The second year minimum say I think it's that day na normal event.
Me sure say the second year will final.
Yeah, second A.
They be second and final.
Okay. Alphas, on the day na so na omoye awards na kasa no. Me hu say na CNN so advertise some concert bia na air course wo New York.
Okay.
There was no free between the top stars ni na no more one of the big concert pa US on that same day na, and with that announcement CNN no more advertise na air course no definitely no ubenya a larger community of Nkrofo ebia ombepese they want to attend that event as against coming to Ghana Music Awards, a US event, Until surely meaning said they had very good plans, but on technical on table they may have a few concerns. We know how it is when we struggle with one or two things.
Okay.
Until my friend say say no more no ankasa who want to me achieve 70% success. No ankasa score on 65 no. Omo more they say obe putting that together for the next event.
Okay.
Now what to me to na more year. Me sure say growing this is their second edition. By the time we do third, fourth, fifth, maybe we to be much better than even what one more years Sabri.
Yeah, that's it.
But of course, on TSS say we be in who event to me achieve 400% success.
But I'm sure you are taking the cue from his challenges.
Sure.
Because Modianus were Ayaba. And it will be the same visa appointment ni when year.
UK there, Yamin they are admitting. Submissions are ongoing. So your boy home didn't say I did larger artists nominations needed. At least 60 to 70% must be at the venue on the awards night.
Anyway, I'll get a whole program. I'll get a whole program for your upcoming GMA that is UK.
Yeah. You see, you got to say when you about the share. Now, I could pure water. Any ice block.
No, you need to jump into the sea. You don't say near ice block. You just jump into
because near here can Chibiano. Because there's a message media.
All right, that is Chris CNS. Let me move straight to another Samabe. Branold.
Yeah, Brian Halifax.
You heard on D.
This year, no man shut down follow because now we're involved in other activities. But last year, no, on maiden edition, I think it's a Miniola. Any Christianist, you call broadcast a live telecast of the event. Kofi TV, but this year Kofi TV on North America. Inti Omuja waha. It's nice say pay before it. Inti man follow. Na I'm glad say don't na kasa score na. 65 in your pass mark. Above average. For him to score the event 65, no, it means Anshadan Kuyesa.
Couldn't it be he was just being modest?
I don't care. All I know is he scored, and I'm giving an interpretation to the score
based on the figure he gave.
Yes, he gave. What did I say? 65 is not a pass mark. And considering last year they made me share because of like I have explained. Last year me rate you more above 70. One because they almost made in edition. Two. The kind of showcase for maiden edition, I thought it was above 70. So for him to actually, for the event to move in terms of score for above 70 to 65, no, then means Ankoyi. Once on one admit, so as any time they must score, be a big and I say no one score no. So it means I saw you in Jumaye, and I said the board, the team, organizing team, no should fix it because you can't move from above 70 to 65. What I say into your number fix it. My last bit no excuse na kwisi person or assign no. or say we BBC our butcher or logistic challenges or challenges with flying people there, appointment for visa, so and so what. Before you actually say Ghana Music Awards Bangladesh, Ghana Music Awards Taiwan, now we name challenges we say to arise or they would arise. You would know pass it. Hey, you are moving at the end from Ghana terrain to another place, so you might face all these challenges. And you feel na yes score and when I said there are challenges. Master, these are no excuses. We're friends saying planning stage now. Or planning, say you are not doing it in Ghana, so you face these challenges. Fix it or fix them.
But with a challenge like nominees not being able to turn up, say no dear embassy no see we are not doing appointment for visa granting. And no dear, how does the organizer fix that one?
No, me way no it's to or no way in reasoning on my no.
With the logistics and the what not to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Say and no shouldn't be my problem because when you saw Babe Awards are outside Ghana, no, you should be able to.
For example, I mean they knew the venue was at Atlantic City.
I didn't cite the power outage because it still be BBR.
Okay.
But for logistics, visa related activities there, I mean
they are solvable.
In Ghana I say now Omankasa de press release better so many US embassy for consulate or partnership. So what are they talking about?
Firebrand and what Samuel do. This will be an interesting take from Mackay, because Prince Mackay himself is an event organizer. Now, no, the really events are in those days bashing back and forth. Yeah. So he understands. See challenge, Wumwa. Mackay, yes, you've heard your colleague event organizer. I mean, and how the event went and how he scored himself and the excuses and reasons and explanations he gave. We're free.
Well, Halifax, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, bro.
They all coming in true. Sometimes ube team planning on and name of rappers or your event, but on a D-Day, a lot of factors play. Sometimes if you are name be one casa one planning and now be cross work money there. So most of the times you prepare very well, like the Bible says, the horse may be prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. Mostly, I analyze it. I know sometimes what I say is, I wish we're there on the grounds to see ourselves what the event organizer goes through. Most of the challenges that organizers face are not challenges they themselves create, but others will come and create on the night for them. When people don't obey simple instructions during event, when logistic owners you have contracted and paid fully before the event decide to mess you up, you realize that Charlie, and yet that easy. But all the same, like we all said, I think if he gives himself 65, there's more room for improvement.
Okay, that is it. So Prince Mackay says, well, if you yourself marked yourself 65, and there's more room for improvement. But he also understands that some of those challenges are not caused by the organizers. I mean, it happens. His summary now said, the horse may prepare for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. Until the battle is the Lord's. And that brings me to my next personal Minyani take. And he was one of those who were shouting, the battle is the Lord's, the battle is the Lord's, the battle is the Lord's. And over here, the WC minister, his name is Honorable Mark Okreku Manti. Honorable.
The battle is still the Lord.
The battle is still the Lord. But Lord, and to me, I'm a logistics, uncle you.
It's still the Lord. Event here, and easy.
Okay.
I remember years ago when VGMA used to carry that cross. That's as if it is still not carrying the cross of, hey, where it went wrong, where say one day, many your life didn't cover. You know me and your life we talk.
Mm-hmm.
And see, on a very good day, one day we say, so Mark, do people even know how difficult it is to put a party together?
Normal party, yeah, birthday party.
Yes. And I'm sure he was prompting me how difficult it is to make some of these things happen. Especially when the budgets that maybe are with the Grammys, we often compare ourselves to some of these events. Meanwhile, budget is millions of dollars. Then you see Obi Awako struggler to even get sponsorship of 200,000 Ghana. Then somebody would wakofa tuna just supposed to, especially I'm not more munim DSTV if that about for. Then they compare Mames I know about
Grammys.
Yeah, comparison.
Oscars.
BET.
Okay.
But the truth is that the two events, Sikasem wise, and so the people who do events in this country, to some extent, relatively, they do magic. Yes, they do magic. Say, opa, yemfa event companies, Ghana hanging I didn't move. Niyanko books fandeka because open ye it won't pass over ye ma any successful, and then we are a country yeah timuni will taste it. I say we are not ready to pay that much to come for the event, but you will taste. We expect you to do something wow for us to see.
We want to use our petition salary to sip a champagne lifestyle.
That's how simple put anyone can. It's on my event today. I struggle to bash them. My only warrior, I am RTP now. Many could be and say, "You never be one never near the when you seek." To say, people are asking questions like, "Can we see your board? Can we see what went into arriving at this measurement? Ben, how do you see how the data and all? So anya man there, and when you see we expect say the award ni biya be. So there are legit questions when we finish VGMA, and then people come and say that then inform me mama munya say. Some people actually ask that, can we see the statistics of the events? Those are legit questions. But when it comes to Sanya on the night, a year in a glamour, sometimes people expect they'll get some huge sponsorship to do the thing. Walk on then it is halfway. If you don't cry event, it be delayed because logistics and MTR and say. But those of us from the marketing orientation, they say you should under promise and over deliver. I am paying people over promise, and then when they go, they will have issues. I remember you and Don in this same room. Okay.
I remember.
So sometimes it is no 70 years. Now go you can. Am I? I'm saying, oh, we grab and then we can't see your car. It is and I'm you know. So sometimes, let's be real. If you compare some of our events to because South Africa maybe na or me Namibia event, I'm sure them say Ghana. They are going in white light. Yeah, she saw trust.
Oh,
I'm telling you. Yes. Some
about
of
the
these,
same anyway.
yeah. Some of the African countries, when it comes to these things,
Yeah, that's true. That one is true.
yes, but we often don't compare ourselves to Salma Yachum.
No, standard.
And it's corporate Ghana. As you know, can we corporate Ghana, pet and a bit to me, amma. Sanya me yakosro. You know, governments often ain't enough to give. They can only support maybe kakra and kakra. But a basica, it is corporate Ghana. Even in the West, it is corporate Ghana. And
The corporate world.
wherever, and handle some of these things. Again, do we also reciprocate? Nyamana ya promise you. People do business and they don't think of repeat purchase. Koko promise nyama baby, that was no opposite. Oko kan wasanka no pay actually sebe, the one who has given you money. So the next time you can go there. We must find a midpoint where there's a win-win. Corporate Ghana will be excited to put money into the arts. Into my boy Yabaso, Cap Farm. As is a Cap Farm, Edisika Asha Ghana Music Awards UK this year. It is a good thing. As for Vodafone, we all know what they've done over the years for Ghana Music Awards, And if you want to talk about Vodafone, then you forget the yellow people, then you are not being grateful as a Ghanaian. Because yellow for them there, I'm not sure say any institution in Ghana are supporting art more than MTN. It is wrong a supported art, you know. And then the media houses, a lot of these events, media houses, you know, play the ad for people for free.
Free.
Virtually free. A coded. They don't often talk about it. They are modest around it and all. But this industry, to me, may as big as YPCN without the media. And media they play one part. Ne standards. The same South Africa. They said that they know Kwabena. The team I'm saying, hey, how do you know Kwabena? So, is it not the man who plays the guitar with the Vitamilk? Apparently, Vitamilk he adverts no DSTV.
Yeah. Okay.
And so South Africans actually adverts now, so they know it is him. They googled him and who say, or a musician and part. So sometimes even the ad that we shoot, they play a role in building our brands. It's a corporate phone when we get the chance to work with them. I'm saying this because recently I had the chance of sorting out some deal between a corporate house and a celebrity. But the way it went, and we say the celebrities don't sometimes value money be a corporate in the bag. A counter, yes, we be as a fee on my in sky and all. You ask yourself that a corporate house will want to offer you, say, 30,000 for maybe a job would be. The celebrity will say so, you're interested because if you are Sarkodie last time job was 200 or 300. For example, Sarkodie, I'm very careful. But to remind me to talk about Sarkodie and Mami Asimbino before I go.
Okay.
And then ask myself that when we cast to even shoot a movie, so Christopher, do you pay one person 30,000 a night a day, like per one project? If Cap Farm calls you to shoot an ad, no catcher will say, oh, brah, I want to offer you this. I expect people to think
you should be realistic.
Correct.
Appreciate it and say, look, let's meet.
We are not in New York.
Win-win. Let's balance it.
Yeah, Ghana. Sabe, me am feel multimedia in Chey. Me come the whole year salary boomer. If you are 13, but so if I look at what my almost close to my 8 months or 9 months salary, na obi apo 190 say, and yes, any family mistake as well, so I'm despite. And yes, minimum mistake as say, we Ibrahim Mahama. Minimum. And then we devalue some of these monies, and then when we age, we say the job didn't pay. I'm sure there are more questions.
Sure, we'll get there. I mean, say with the opening remarks because questions every brave. It's good you are here today. Apart from what he told Showbiz, this Charlie what they think they say Mark should talk. What happened? Where's the Chichinga Celeste Chichinga that was seized? We'll get there. But Christian as well. It's very important. You say why am I what?
Why are you particular about Chichinga?
Well, maybe it means nothing to you. That is somebody's whole capital. That is no fee. It is like somebody coming to your studio and carrying your everything away. Why are you teaching Ghana in kebab standy? So, Chris,
for the record, I heard that it was actually stored in the fridge, so it didn't spoil.
How can you store suya in the fridge? Suya, so Chris, I haven't said what's here Dundee and Eugene. They're a solid producer. Or they didn't have Don's Music Productions. That is where he's the chief executive. But the event is Ghana Music Awards USA. What's here now? I mean, you've listened to your colleagues. Uber free.
Well, many a times no. You better not table in who. A man for be first say Abia, you free but not near time will be, and I say, I dream say a baby say will be a juma. But then, yes, sir, there be. Now, sometimes no, near the better board no, and only a bit discazy. Send your back kawasam, and no, and a bema and so ya firmware, because almost muti and so no, almost air says, a better than say no, almost ya the ensu free mo. What am I say? Intino, then yes, ya shed that say a babetina say a so be. Oh, kwako ye events na obe promise and say obema ABCD what am I say na edru ho when timi anye ABCD na you don't expect us to come and clap for you.
Oh, so amawo justifiable reasons the entire ABC didn't to me and baba so AB by C ni D na AB.
In giving that your friend is saying reasons na entia me amma no e ho so na ya yenso ya assess.
Okay.
What am I say?
Me too.
Yenim say event bia no mistakes say me ba enyam bi say o plan no entimi nko yie but ne assess say ne ama na nko yie no e de ntira nko yie because oba be promise say e bia o kofa Jay-Z aba be bo o show e wo Ghana o koye award scheme na o si o kofa Jay-Z aba na e drew night no na Jay-Z ama Obedina say, oh, your friend, no 1 or 2 reasons in Tina Jay-Z and Timiama. 1 or 2 reasons, Ben. Ebia Yensu search here say, even on the night, no cry, oh, ya event, no, not Jay-Z, no, so on the show, be a baby, ya bukuno over a year ago. Yeah, promo. And also, I can't tell us who the Jay-Z but for that night. You don't expect us to just look at you just like that. What do I say? Nature say, one, I'm sana, oh, cancel the Jay-Z bano. Na ebia bibi how I drink kakra because what doing the whole pass an event organizer o make kan kasansem no and no any dey assess.
Okay, so bring it home, bring it down.
I'm bringing it home say event bia no bibi touchima but near touchima no ya assess event organizer ne say near touchima no free or no and I say free or no.
Okay, into we were my 2 main points I'll see, from his point of view, Omunya challenges. 1, getting the nominees there. Or see, well, yes, the embassy did all they could to help, but they couldn't because of the process. 2, on the night, the venue in question is not being used for a while now, and the voltage and wine Omunya power fluctuations kakra, and there was a storm on that day in late arrival kakra. Those 3 things are they not justifiable explanations?
They are. The storm, he has no control over it. The electricity in the course and also let me say a natural timisi.
The embassy.
Then embassy and so no. When they were doing all this promise of taking the artists anyway no more there no. Na inshishe ben na no my year.
So last time you could do and you were part of that conversation. Was it last or last week? Obi. At it's been 2 point kobo show or baby. I mean what promises meba. Ne team wo airport or more check in on what artist no do hono ne visa expire.
And you know a banner communication now we event organizer no oba no be catch say artist we na so ba but odru airport na we na see enti na wenti mi amba no what am I say and no ye nyina be boy nsema ma say why your part but oba ma yen excuse bia ento asomo a
but so I am not holding brief for Kwesi Abuaje had a meeting with me on their visits because I needed to engage some other person for them. Now I'm going to make visits.
Okay.
We had a lengthy talk on this. The truth is that American Embassy and my visits, and yet because of some women,
okay,
I'm on my visits because of COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they pushed.
Okay.
Madame Fobat, Munya getting involved, said they can use diplomacy to change something, but they couldn't.
Okay.
Until they did their best.
Good. And you know, now communication, say we did our best. We did A, B, C, D, and me visa na momo. Period. Asa.
Okay, so was if they had gone to explain the fine details.
Yes.
And can you be satisfied?
Yeah.
But they trying to do this diplomatic talk. Say, well, don't worry. They don't want anybody to feel bad or look bad. And the say they were just, diplomatic
in this
language.
Case, Halifax, in this case, one omunye bibi wrong, but a be a communication no, and a bema ya start ya feel some way.
Okay.
What am I say? And no me point I make can say.
I get you.
Sometimes communication no. Halifax me patch in running up no. I have been involved in an event.
In events.
Events. Okay. Me kai see near koye awards be then yeah preparation no me say mpacho honorable can be say don't overpromise. What am I saying?
Then under deliver.
There were things that some people were even suggesting. Me say no, don't let us go to that extent. There are artists who are available today. They are okay. They are good. They give us good shows. Their budgets not any beyond what we can pay. Into the year approach you because event ne krampo afa ne start returns tickets benya ya he. Into yenye nia ye budget no ebetimi aso. But obetimi ko promise ne me bia. Afa last minute no ni artist no. Oze.
Na ne ho akwakotre.
Ne ho akwakotre no unnecessary. And no na ye the problem ne ba no. Na afa na to nchirechire mu ne excuses ne ne bi. That is the problem. Inka events there obi obeye bibia na ebebo na baso. But
okay.
Oh yeah, no one you su nyansa and no na sometimes it make a chiro say judge no.
And Asafo, I mean, your choice of words. I mean, when you say wanyansa and kajajimi, no, is it avoidable, especially when
it's a fact because a bit me ye bia. What you say?
Into when we ye bia now kind in general.
Oh, me kind in general. Yeah. No.
Because we are discussing the specific events.
Oh, nentra me ye ni general because
okay.
me realize it say na a futu oni binu so ko general.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I just wanted that
for this USDA and much later say the only point in say not done try to be diplomatic with some of the things. Inka on go straight non can point pa. We even approach the ministry and there was this and there was that
okay, your point well noted. Let me move to another event and then my events miss and then I come straight for us to discuss other equally weightier matters. But there is this issue that has been trending. I don't know if any of you have seen as my colleagues and seniors. I mean, what is the essence of being a musician if we are relying on royalties? And a big boy like Stonebwoy will come out and say that the highest royalty he's received in this country over the last decades, 2,000 cedis. I mean, and we're talking about Stonebwoy, one of the most decorated, while winning most popular way. We can't say his songs are not trending and I am burning yum. So if it's pay before you play or pay per play, as Gamro people are saying, 2,000 cedis being the highest he's received, and he didn't even say highest pay. You see, if he has said highest, and the picture said, then it could be he received 1,500 for her, 1,800 for her, then one doing 2,000. So that is the only money he's received. Let's see if we can get them on the line to explain what exactly they said. Oh, I have the man himself. I thought Okoboni Yam Carnival, no Yam Festival, and he'll be busy, but fortunately I have him himself, President of Birmingham Music, Stonebwoy.
Hello, good afternoon, boss.
Good afternoon, Beam, and thanks so much for agreeing to talk to us, although you are preparing for your big concert tonight.
Yes, sir.
Even before I come to the reason of why I called you on this 2000 Gamro Yam Carnival, how is it going? What's the anticipation tonight? What is happening?
It's looking very huge. It's looking so big, and I think that it makes me, it puts me in a still mood, knowing that I'm somebody who would wish that this is one of probably a Ghanaian initiative, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's rather, I don't know if to say unfortunate or whatever, but seeing the humongous stage, this is like I don't think it can get bigger than this stage, because I've done several festivals across Europe. And this is the biggest, like one of the biggest. This is the first edition of Yam Festival, and it is huge. And I'm grateful to be a part of it, also. So representing for Ghana and doing the best that I can, So
okay, so let's take this opportunity to learn. Not many people in Ghana have heard about the Yam Festival or Yam Carnival. So when we hear that, Stonebwoy Atukwai or Okobwoy Yam Festival beer. They will be wondering, Bayira is saying, I mean, what is the concept about? What is the message? What is the initiative? What exactly is this whole Yam Festival happening in London about? Can you please educate the public a bit?
Yeah, I can try. I am not part of the organizers. I am only a performer. But I don't know how come the name Yam, but everybody can relate to Yam from however you understand it, especially as a Ghanaian. From the Ghanaian perspective, we see Yam is a food.
Sure.
And I think from Africa as well, Yam is a food that is consumed by Africans, I believe. So I think they were going for a name that can represent Africa to the world. I believe so.
Okay.
But musically, it's a huge festival. It's a music festival that has performers coming in from, everywhere. But I can say 70% is Nigerian performers, and I think it's a Nigerian initiative again. So we have to give them the credit, for putting Africa on the map every time.
Okay. Yeah. And what time is the show happening tonight?
I believe the show has started already because it closes at 10 p.m. So there are several. I think there are 3 stages. So all the 3 stages have kick-started already. So I perform at one of the stages, which is the Africa Shrine stage. And there is like the main carnival stage. Yeah.
Bim, you've been away for a while, touring different places, playing different gigs. After tonight's concerts, what's next? When are you coming back into this country? What's your itinerary like now?
Thank you. After tonight, I think I'll do Northampton tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to being present at the Africa Most Beautiful in New Jersey. To also lend my support and represent for that is a solely Ghanaian initiative. And if you do know me well, I am very happy when these things are popping up and we are the ones responsible for it. So I always make sure if I can and things are done properly, I would always be there to support so that we also grow out of Ghana, and present ourselves to the world.
Keep flying high. We are so proud of you. Keep lifting the Ghana flag high, Stone. But,
thank you very much.
Okay, but for a good part of this week, there is a video trending in this country where you were captured on video saying that the highest or only royalty, as in money, you've received from Gamro is 2,000 cedis. It came as a shock to many people because Stone Boy, if Stone is receiving 2,000, who is receiving some good money then? Personally, as a radio host, I'm surprised about it. Stone, do you mean what you said or it was a slip of tongue?
Oh, boss. We all know the situation, If you are in the entertainment realm or creative space in Ghana, I think you should be aware of the challenges that we face as creatives and the industry as a whole. So it's true. It was not a slip of tongue. But I was given the opportunity, by our Honorable and HC. So we're discussing and I couldn't find any better opportunity than to let our senior people also know our plight because they stand a better chance of also helping the situation.
Okay, so please clarify, is it the highest amount of money you've received at a go, or that is the sum total money you've received from Gamro in your career?
Both. It's the sum total so far, and then the highest so far. And please, I would want to add that if it is not just me, it is, it is an industry issue where, like you began to say, if, for instance, I am saying this or I have received 2,000, then how much more, the others or maybe those that are perceived to be, sorry to say, upcoming or, So you can imagine.
Stone, pardon me for my questions. It sounds like a lima, but I want. Are you talking about when you were doing ghetto loving, or you are talking about today Stone Boy?
Oh, today. But this was received like I think not too long, but somewhere last year.
Really?
Somewhere last year. I received this money somewhere last year.
Well, was it in form of a check? Was it in form of mobile money alert? Was it physical cash? How was the payments done, sir?
Oh, I think it was a check. Yeah, it was a check that was received on my behalf. It was I think it was early. It was 2000, early to 2020, early 2020, somewhere where the crisis hit properly. I remember probably April or May, June thereabout. We had a meeting with at Gamro, with and that was it.
And it was given to you, and the explanation was that is money covering which period?
The royalties coming from, I think, however, maybe music play and
music for over which period? I mean, that Twitter is supposed to cover how many months, how many weeks? Is for which period of play?
That's the period so far. We asked for data. They couldn't give. You see, honestly speaking, I don't want it to seem like it's about me, but this is a whole industry issue that we sat down with my team, my legal team. We were there. We just wanted to know what the issue is. I think you guys remember when Honorable Kojo Ponkrumah gave me audience and I mentioned something, and then he went on to help us have a virtual meeting with the then Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Yeah. And then she also engaged us, where I also selected a few of my bridging, and then we went to a conversation where she stated a lot of things that was happening. And at the Zoom meeting, we realized that she was well aware of the troubles that we face or the things that have to be fixed. And so we asked, what are the times that you see we can expect something, or what can we also do? We realize that it's just back and forth, and there's nothing being done. So if we don't continue to speak about it too, then it will just remain like that, and it will be very sad. So we don't want it to be like that, especially myself, because we are growing and we are working. And we are serving Ghana, directly or indirectly. Like the HC said, we are ambassadors. We are indirect or direct ambassadors for the nation. So we also need to get our works worth, and the system can actually help us. What can we do? We can't implement anything except those that are supposed to, So I'm not saying this with any form of disrespect to anybody, but we have to. We have to fix this thing now. We have to. Our music is being played in Ghana on radio and all this. We have to. Why can we not fix it?
Before I let you go, yes, we have to fix it. It needs to be fixed. Any recommendations, any suggestions? What is the way forward? We keep going back and forth. This has to be fixed. Where do we start from? From your perspective as a musician, as Stone Boy, what is the way forward, Stone?
Thank you. If you ask me the way forward, I think that the officials at Gamro and the musical presidents can give you a way forward, because they must have read all of that in their manifestos before they assumed office. So they know better. Because when you sit with them as well, they tell you things that will give you hopes. So they know better. So we just have to see timelines and see things being done. From a musician perspective, I can only continue to do music. But the small suggestion I can ask is that they know what to do. You see, let me not be talking too much. They know what to do, So we should rather put them on so that they tell us what to do.
do you belong to any other collection society outside this country?
Yeah, I do. You have the right to belong to several collection societies. So
Okay.
I do belong to.
And comparing what you receive from those collection societies and the Gamro one, what has been the difference? Is there anything you want to share with us?
There's a huge difference. If not, it will be super sad. You know, it would be super sad. But the thing is, if it was working in Ghana, it will be the best because Ghana is our stronghold. Ghana is where we live. Ghana is where, you know, it's just like you live in you're an American artist, but you depend on the rest of the world's play to feed yourself. That's not nice. You know, if you live in America and you're an artist in America, your income in America is what is supposed to sustain you the most. So that's the situation we are facing, you know.
Stone, we have to leave it here. I'm grateful to you for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
We wish you the best in your tour, and then we'll keep
Thank you
following
very
and keep
much.
supporting. And then when you get back to Ghana, we'll talk some more. All the best.
Thank you very much, boss. Thank you. All right, big up.
Man.
Mr. K. Hey,
So that's the Yaya Yumtuni Stone Boy. Will be our winning overall best artist of the year paying. We're winning reggae dancehall artist of the year paying. He's one of the most decorated musicians in this country. Nah, you can't A-list artist we're gonna have. Want to mean he's Stone Boy didn't frame. But he had him himself. See, Kape Agamro for the mano year 2000 cedis. I remember saying that 2000 I woke in those days. I wish I say I would get to loving. And I was saying no, a year put two Stone Boy. A year Anglo Junction Stone Boy. But it's currently in London or UK or any tour or seeing our Bonnie Yam Festival. No, it's now a body for free. I mean, he has a couple more gigs to play before he comes back to this country. Then so see, he belongs to other collection societies. Or what's the kind of dear Fekakra? One boss say 10 cedi and 20 pesos small, but it says, look, at least you can't compare it to what is getting here. Let me quickly go to my studio to Namin Jimmy Penny for Nadrin. Then I move straight to I've shifted market twice. I mean, you know, free me. Safo, Yanshas here.
Yo.
I'm saying, why was he Stone Boy?
Yeah, it's a Stone Boy. Na one, make us see the problem. No, if the structure na a war, your collecting societies na war Ghana no. Minimum about copy Ghana, but minimum about Gamro, and minimum about ASOC. ASOC and Gamro were the same challenge. The willingness.
So, well, group,
ASOC.
Okay.
ASOC. Are they?
Honorable, what's it then?
Because they be oka ASOC.
Oh, okay. So I know.
Okay. Safo meets you.
You with distraction.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so the problem got to do with the system and structures. War in terms of collection of royalties and the disbursement mechanism. One, when it comes to collection now, Nyaminim say Gamro any mechanism to collect per the artist. No. The what belongs to the artist.
Omuni mechanism to collect.
Yes. Omuni mechanism
to collect.
What
is their core mandate?
Their core mandate is to set up a mechanism to collect, but omuni and distribute. Yes, but omuni because one, Kobo show war National Theatre. Gamro beba. Omoba ni omoba be any say omoba be charge you omo ni negotiate bro bill of 50,000 cedis na oni oma negotiate no we mo be drew e bia 10,000 no mati ase no mama 10,000 omoba no ni enka so omo de ba first artist mo friend say log sheet because Stone Boy Shatta any Samini na uwa geji omo omo buy yes omo brought 10,000 cedis bill. No,
they should charge you based on your lineup.
Yes, and the number of songs are omo be perform. And no next year because Shatta eba but how many songs? See Shatta timi actually the number of songs are or for that day. Now we event organizer and we chia. What you must say? And you omo just say kana. No mo dia go ha ma Shatta. No ma call be a national conference center. Show a year wo ho. Say even anya Shatta mpo na perform. No artist fufuro na ebe perform. Na mo obebo Shatta nwuma so timi twro. What you must say? Say nwuma mebo Shatta nwum mebo we nwum fine. Na wa twro ato ho. Enti form mo be ma no obetwro. Enti no mo gi hu sika na ne ye de akoka Shatta sika ho.
If that is what it should be, I then impending form from the days of wine till the days of Rexomano. Omun name.
Omun person be.
Omun name and na
omun name but omun person be. Me then who
That's an unfair comment.
I mean, me bo enti omobe campaign ne yesel my yen called dio when name wa Gamro. Omunya mandate no omunim de so omunya nenso omun person.
Omunye.
Ya bro.
So that's
yes.
an unfair comment.
Why? What makes it unfair?
Okay.
Minister Patrol Mike no we check akro.
Okay. You know yenumbi ni yefi gamops if you cause gamops you need to create nina ni BPA
Coco
I'm a bejeke I'm a jeshon
Sopra must go
near me to Okreku office.
Yes. So kakra near they call pray J from Amro to Gamro.
Okay.
The challenge is that Socrates started well by saying that we perform a crack or loggy. Then there is data. Based on the data, you distribute. I wish say South Tomboy topic you call me chance or one. I am a job more time. So I'll just deal with Socrates.
I say a currency ever do so pay.
Okay.
I thought you were just
deal with just Socrates.
But I will see a unfair comments no clarify no na young current than what you won't give
the technology near the SRDN. And on that, Yakuhua say to be sure in the MPP manifesto, it was in it that will help Gamro acquire technology, which will log. Because me or Gamro, I who say, will be about registers in him. Because of my technical eye, I could tell say CD there or they are two on a sleeve. You be any so. Yes, I'm saying Bell. CD, and you know so. If you say Bonnie in there was nothing on it.
Blank CD.
Yes, because he a child will be a register be a it's because will be a people come and register blank CDs. Will be a cobot demo.
I'm Omunya be based on your registration. Omunya be based on say your bowinyom.
At the moment, it is based on registration.
Intisemical register 20 albums.
Yes.
And now Omo born with 10%.
Yes.
And now Biko register 1 album.
Yes.
And a dominating airwaves 90%. Me I mean what 10 on.
The bottom line of problem as Tumba Kenya. Why should Tumba get 200?
2,000.
2,000.
In his entire career.
Yes. Why should he get 2,000? Because data be anywhere. I bet you says Tumboy. Yeah, boy. Sometimes recently, if I call, my name is a green call, Jaso or Bo Papa. Funeral, you know. And some of the songs that we heard, Jaso, reduces in Winterland. Yeah, more Accra. But if today we are sharing, I'm sure says Hanyu never got me a movie.
Okay. And you think Socrates is unfair because it is not that they don't want to do it, but they don't have the technology.
They don't have the technology.
Okay.
Yes.
Safo.
Okay.
Round it up now.
You have not been fair to me, Honorable, because one, as I'm American, me say, we call National Theatre. Gamro officer na so many free National Theatre no. Or kono onkita paper bia o.
There be anya no na America.
Oh
say omunim.
Nenso omum pese omunye.
Na me say.
And no see omun ntumi nye because technology ni ho.
Me pacho. Me say or call National Theatre. Akwa Jessica. You say onko gi 50,000. Or call no man negotiate. Ya count 10,000. No waje.
So royalty collection You see, when it comes to Gamro, maybe I say Sok is quick to talk about Gamro, but he never talks about Asok. Which is his call.
Mr. T, na meka Asoga, o say Asogo say where friends say.
Okay, what did
Zavo, he's saying that royalty collection goes with data.
Yes.
Good.
Data.
So me ba. Na sa papa na offer Gamro call theater no. And yes, on kita paper. Yenja paper and collect data. So more technology.
Papa, data idea. Data your information.
Let me explain Halifax so you understand. So Kate is only talking about an aspect of royalty collection, which is performance, live performance.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
A royalty collection. And then what about Stone Boy?
My boy Diana, my boy Stone.
But I'm sure in this room nobody has logged. Nobody has logged. TV stations, EB, no logging. So the data collection that will aggregate YB distribution, no, based on data, no. Across board, it's not just performance. As okay, Tawana looking like it is just the performance. Not to be called. Yes, it's true. What he said, in terms of starting year, why he said that people go performance, they don't ask them that they are log. They help you with data. No, yes, they don't do it, but that is not.
So all. Why is it unfair? I started a submission. Baby, I started a submission. Say, me, look, if you are from Gamro,
why?
Yes, because people are listening.
Okay, people do not need.
And they are learning.
What I'm saying is that there you can't. What I can say?
They don't want to do it.
And I'm saying that line is not. It's not fair.
Okay. Honorable, you've made your point.
Yes.
Say when you sit on radio and say that the Gamro people omunim die so omunye.
Yes.
I nyina ya ombetoye.
Yes.
Nenso omum pese omunya. What is that statement to enye fe?
Yes.
Safo, do you think?
Someone has called me, bringing some people in to bring technology next week. Rexoma has presented documents. Honorable Minister Dr. Awa has taken steps.
Honorable Mpacho,
getting the technology.
Also.
Yes. All in the name of getting the technology to
for them to work. Okay.
But what say the steps that these people are taking now. You think that Abia omunim no monye. If they show you the bills involved in the technology, maybe we say, hey, sir.
Not true. Safo, do you still stand by it?
Yes.
Omunim. Yes, omunye.
Yes.
Ayanyina yehuntoye.
Yes.
Then so why your margin say omunye nene. Omunye nechna. Can you justify the statement?
I'll justify it because me can't say.
Why are you saying that?
Yeah, kobo events. Kwesi say organize events. Wabuku artists. What's my say? Obuku artists, the writing, so kwesieness, a respected system na. Onim say Gamro for beba. Gamro for so ba. Omon forma no kwa ene ba. Gamro for so request system because they are collecting on behalf of artists. What I say? And yet every artist for the night. But those who have been your friend is saying
built for the night
to perform for that day.
And can you logins now?
Login no na wo
okay, into say ye gisa na jona.
Yes.
Ye ko enter e wo hefa. Technology ben fidie ben wo mu Gamro officer be kwa ko enter na tabulating ni nyina.
Meba o ba no ukita form yi. What am I say? As we speak they don't have the technology.
Good.
But that doesn't mean that they cannot get the data. The technology, the computer ni ho. The software ni ho.
Into manual.
Yes.
Across the country.
Yes, and it's doable.
But so, why are you blaming Gamro like that? I'm surprised
because Gamro na ejiji.
Mate, what them had bia, over them had bia, Peace FM, they play music.
Yes.
Do you see to it that they log here?
Halifax.
Maybe a friend no mokureko mante, me din the Halifax.
Sorry, me pacho. So what see me there be anytime this issue beba apa. Me can say be me nyati kwa o. And me can say software ehia ni amuye ni nyina ehia me can say o. No, mo bia but me say ye nya ye no. Today as we speak I have evidence here on my phone.
Then
on my phone no betimi dey akire na ma na.
O dey fa wa no ka kire me then phone so.
GBC as we speak GBC enyu bia on bebo bia no. They put it, they have the records for
Ghana Broadcasting Corporation record of program details form. What is the date on this? Blah, 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 blah. From 10 to 12 noon. Day and date, 9th March 2020. Mid-morning show. And then they've given us title Ghana something origin artist producer. Okay, just they have their logins.
They have their logins. Is this not data enough?
Safo.
It's not software. But
Safo.
I say you come to this room.
And I am also giving you evidence. Anytime this issue baba up, I raise this point. Say
it is possible to still log.
It's possible to do it
despite the challenges.
Software, no?
Okay.
What you say? It's possible to do it.
Honorable. My name landing is submission. No, I mean then we
and
go.
And can say?
You see, I hear people often say we nim na onye. We end up ridicule our own selves. And I wasn't comfortable. That was it.
Yes, okay. And you've made that point. And he says he wouldn't change his position. Yeah, so it will be back and forth. Or say on change because I'm straight. Do you still stand by it or see high?
And in American say Gamro for semi reducing it just to Gamro, but it cuts across to even a sock. What am I saying? Say ye ukwaji jeno. Onipa no kwaji ama obi. It's yes responsible enough say
okay
mo be requested for the
mama yatie honum na my point into safo adentin na omu benim say adewe this is what we should do but omunye adentin
because one the artist no and demanded that accountability no say sika we amoko ji wo performance you know G on behalf of who because who him
me bao artist not demanded that's like Stone is doing today just like he did and it Okanya friend was saying Kojompon Nkrumah nyina be mo they've demanded over the decades so we see artists no demand there
and what na make say they know but then they won't do it.
Take it easy. I asked you my main camera for I mean why would Gamro not do it? You said it is because the artists are not demanding enough and I thought it's not the artists have been demanding and over demanding so your answer that the artists are not demanding that is why Gamro is not doing it. It's
in
not
that case no say if there is evidence say artists not a demanding no munya then it lands me to baby I'll say I'm not being fair to Gamro no?
Because more demanding from the days of Busumpra must go Carlos Sechi must go Kojoenchi must go and say to change into who is someone and say omunye because until who is say yes artists no demand over ye Buapayo
me pacho which yes because Buapayo na me de sha ase and no can say unfair comments. What you say? But you come by na no. You demand the idea obetimi aye. And yes, so muntimi nyo because nya oko event grounds no. Akwako jiska no. Obetimi the form na ko.
That's my worry.
Honorable Nyabotre, I mean,
your fellow radio stations, your contemporaries.
Example.
Well,
so
that event ground near one point of collection.
Anyway,
Safo, point of collection.
Okay,
evidence of the radio station.
Ya chewo so kakra same up na inquiry.
Me pacho collection no and just for radio station. Event grounds crampo no ubetimi agije wo ho. And na me ma example say oko event grounds na e ho de gigi crampo e ka.
We've understood that one.
Omonye. And some radio station so no software na ni ho no. Ebinumo ye as we speak GBC untimi nko bo nwuma on log it. What you must see? The management will require.
So they should enforce the stations to log.
It. Office you pour it onto your machine over there until near muye or ministry where software at least there will be a form of data mubetimia quality. That experience of collection.
Any transparency.
Any transparency.
Any transparency.
You are still not.
Crazy honest. Say Gamro for the welcome home.
Yeah.
Are you still in office? And I'm with Timetry.
No, it's expired.
Oh, you're still using mic one. Okay, it's expired.
Yeah.
You've listened to Stonebwoy. He says it's not talking for himself. Kati across. Who musicians? I will 1, 2, 3. Now, my register. Then I say. The Biaibeka sa Busumpram is the problem. No, Kalosechi is the problem. No, Kojoenchi is the problem. Rexoma is the problem. Apart from the personal dramatics, what is the way forward? We change Rex and put Okreku there. Is the same thing. What do we do? Yanka no try out of here.
Okay, Halifax.
Yeah.
I'm happy we are say yeah Kasa Gamro in some way. Now ye never jet to me say by law no. Oman Ghana edit to me baako share a year Gamro mu say one penny a year to a body a would to me say woman ko apro and ko jijiska woman jiji we are
right owner sika na
right owner
chemo
sika ojiji wia na wo ma chiche na I think say nhihye ni mu no na yeguso a yehihye mbra na ade no ade ba ko a yamfa hye ho ase a edi yenya abepem nne was the aspect of technology ye nyina erefi ho say system na yesi yenko jijiska no sebi o esese etumi create mechanism a nti kan no kwa na nka se dikan yempenefo dikan ye ne first crown sana ya photopet
eno na anka say indikan but eno di kan the problems about over 20-30 years safosi go manual is not a better solution than zero
oba officer manual no eno na dey adwuma manual no bra
patron safonya botre me na me safonya botre manual specialized question next are you saying that are you saying that Gamro mo using manual logins and is that what you are saying on radio?
Gamro ain't using manual logins. But what we are trying to do administratively, Oma tries Oma partitioner you use the digital scan. Instead of say you need data, I wait me about piece of my actress piece of my bought nana empedunium 500 times.
I don't need data.
You are heckling me
by asking for clarification.
This is me who me answer.
Okay, my man, flow.
Because me who
flow. I mean, I was always for clarification, but
me mouth kakra Genesis kakra.
Genesis.
Alphas. Time ya idea. Team. Nukura ho ne say. Sa system na yan kretian to ntino. De akoba e na ne say. Gamu agigi ska from January akopim June. Say 200,000 and ometumenya across the country based on payment a year plan omo de ato say bia okay omo hye omo see P1 multimedia a year P7 multimedia wo mu na anu mo ye P1 enti mo no ya mamo cut say bia muntua every quarter bia na muntua 4,000 and 3,000 and yakọ rural areas nearby TV based on collections no munya fi we na so 6 months omunya 200,000 ya the 200,000 na be go honum say 200,000 ni ne ya hwe from permutations na ya no category A how many honum nti based on omunhihye omoye no obi a we bia wa bo nyum more than 10 albums A B S who belong to category A obi a wa bo nyum from 6 abepem 4 who B obi a wa bo some 3 albums what 3 albums A B a 2 who A B a who C then the last maybe a D. This is the payment system Gamro use. And inti ye chase kana say 200,000 e beba. Ye say okay. Nipa wo A no ye calculate no omu ina sika no say ye mo bia kwa 200 ana 500 e be ye A B a 70,000. Inti yate 70,000 every 200,000 to take care of category A. Ye we are CB 60,000 e dey take care of category B. Sa kopim say sika na 200 buy no e be exhaust mo bibia enya bi. Na sa system no ana make us say edi enya bepem nne because the etienne say what it means ni say obi nyanyum for 20 years na e bia fanse na nampedu nyanyum 20 years ni 10 years on record that but for by virtue say or 10 albums intino say predodo bi ebe chase kabia no he because of the position or dano he will continue to have more money than a be a stone boy a be a never release ya putu aye loud across the whole world because of sa sikano channel ede channel intino. That is how it has been because yen for scientific data and a chase kano mana kwa to say bia okay ye bo nanampedu nyum 6 by data ne obo 6 na ye bo no per play bia no e be 2 cities nti nanampedu was 6 cities ana ye bo stone board ye 10 nti per payment plan or 10 cities nti ye for 10 cities common stone ne ma nanampedu 6. This system now you need scientific data you did tria you dey collecting you did tria no because and I my can same too scientific data I dey be collecting the scientific data you dey be tria because sa system no and no dey be send tria musician no ka Into Stone Boy, yes, sir. Or because baby, I say, me wo 2,000, me 2,000. One more belong to ASCAP, any Sister Kinano, offering so much back. Every year, be as one. They send you Sister best and no a letter telling you where your music was played. Your own your boy France, your boy no your born in this minute. You charge you 1 cent 50 a year. Into your calculator across that within period na quarter na the chase cano. Since I back at yourself, we see ka onye in an $50. If you go to me statement net ha to me statement $20.
Why can't
you can't go and argue because they gave you a supporting data to indicate where, how and when your song was played in the particular region.
Okay.
And the time which the song was played.
Interest a munim solution.
Exactly.
You know the solution.
But the cover and say the because na Gamro any sources na omu as I say you to me because Mrana say Saudi just can 100%. You use 30% of that money to take care of administration and then share 70%. That is the law. And based on that, now who ko nya say kwa be ne be for so a you betumi enye sika dia take care of that technology. Are we going on private venture? Say ye am a private investor be the sika ba be ye e dey si wa man na we take oni akwa agreement na be ya pay no by installment and by years and say be aban betumi aba ya man say government betumi aba say dey na honorable minister kan say government show this support no e dey create sa technology no e dey si ho said the be betumi aboa ema ye ho hare because you know Halifax, you are in this town and you know the problem that has arise from musicians and their royalties. Musician be any chrome about penny so catch say this year royalties na GG and yan 600,000. Inti you obi any royalties here the kwakoto technology the about chroma no ma me kan yankopon ejebeton crofotimo chroma. Ejebeton crofotimo chroma. We shouldn't forget about that fact. And until it was important, say, and Penophobe to me, I think any the right technology. And I'm proud to say, baby, it is Abri. ABM people don't know. SARS system, Yako SARS system now, and Honorable Minister has been very instrumental with that. There was concerned group of members. There was your board, Rexoma, the team Abraham, your Bomodia say, SARS facility, you be created their tour. Do you know even to the first Halifax, as at the time I AFU office, we even had an investor who even wanted to come and plug in almost about $2 million into Gamro to build that data, every region BR, build new office, buy BBR, because Meno Casa Yetiadima so critical or Casa Bibre. Do you know say Meno Casa Gamro I will only one pickup to collect money?
Yes, from
when him say Gamro, I will the whole Ghana Music Rights Organization, almost only one pickup. They have only one saloon car that collect money the whole of this country. Now, Bisa who say if this is how the organization operator, nobody want to make quality such amount and then be able to pay people 100,000 Ghana cedis. So there's an institutional problem. Apart from the human problem, we need to now begin to engage people who will now begin to show attitude of collecting from administration to everybody. We need to now begin to bring proper new business mindset and conform what the attitude to collect. And if business-minded people to come and support Gamro. Because that has been the situation. Musicians Nankasa must begin to have trust in the institution Gamro. Because you can go to a place to go and collect. Then musicians Nankasa Trokata their koto say, Yachaya Mamintima Mamuntia Mamu. So there's been a lot of issues. And it's a maker to Sabra Minuka Halifax. Do you know that today Minuka say 1 year ni Gamro Enchi Skada. Gamro has not disbursed almost a year now. Do you know why? Because of that last elections now, there was a coup d'etat. Obi koya coup d'etat, Emma Attorney General, Etro Krata, Edebe Hoto, the activities of Gamro.
Question is, my main person Kakrana, Minye interview when I remember back. When him say Madam, so let's do this. So I have on the telephone now. I wonder why Christianes can see that his mic was off. I mean, at least see that I was doing something else.
Because I'm very emotional.
Yes, we don't nachi. So Gamro has a board. The board has a chair. The chairman is Rex Omar. He's not only the board chair of Gamro, on Rangasanga say, because on also Nyumbebre. Do I have the board chair on the line? Uncle Rex.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Chairman.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Chairman, I hope you followed this discussion throughout the whole week. Say one of the most popular musicians in this country, Stonebwoy, is complaining that the entire and highest amount of money we receive as royalties from Gamro 2,000 cedis. And a discussion and I'm paying you for your Madria Yafre we. Chairman, then almost royalties no and cost and go.
You that's it's for you now. And my main a little correction.
Okay.
I'm not a chairman of Gamro. I am just an interim chairman.
Interim chairman. Oh, okay. Me that say.
You you tell us say Gamro is Gamro. Sometimes your money yes is Gamro here. It could be a Jinan and nice so Abibia pepe. We want to compare Gamro to PRS or ASCAP. Yes, sir, we are not being fair.
Okay.
Now, let me just treat Stonebwoy issue. Stonebwoy became the member of Gamro just 2 years ago, 2019.
Okay.
Now, Gamro never Jessica twice every year. A quiet fashion Jessica, it is not right. And that is why one of the reasons why I made a call for our health for us to change the system. Said the bear, it takes time to do some of these things. Remember 2019, that is second half of 2019. In Tenom Chase, 1,000. And now 2020, first half of 2020, 1,000. Ever since in case case. There are so many big artists for Ghana, they are not members of Gamro. So, for example, say Gamro start here, Yasin sign agreement with Kapasu. You know, because there's a lot of money in dollars about Gamro. It came with the name of the owners attached to it. And I can assure you, sir, most of them people press I have not signed to Gamro. The percent info tells me, so my Francis Stonebwoy, I am young quality in the name of Stonebwoy. But if you are not Stonebwoy to young crowd, and you don't know Troy, we don't have any information on that song. How do we distribute? And I'll give a simple example. Stonebwoy and you've been a friend of Sobolo. And some say, Asem Kakrebi Bahu in relation with Pabobo.
Yeah.
Dr. Pabobo is dead. Or when a bush na foa, say, you did, you become our now, so for Jessica, a friend say, Sobolo. Now this comes from Stonebwoy direct. Outside, we don't have the split suit. What have you done? Because you erroneously go and give the money to Stonebwoy because one day of one and D, and then you know, so and slave and you know, and you know, and you know, a complicated issues. Yes, Gamro members there 5,000. Because we were not logging, because radio stations were not sending program returns, you know. Now we were using a different system to distribute. And yet right. It be fancy to scan up a year and say, hey, be a nipa 500 bin and calcium one. Scan your modia. But because of the system in your correct, you know, now you charge nipa 5,000 in a basa. You suffer for it. And that is why we are changing the system. So on 31st, administration, a friend, the press briefing, there's a total shift of policy. Time Gamro better so change Piano. It's going to be purely based on a friend, the title specific.
Okay.
Gamro has an issue. As me can say, election year that I to me near Nipa Bebre, the Gamro court. There's so many issues surrounding Gamro that you better watch them later.
Okay. Okay, Uncle Rex, and say my main stress say me clarification news year. Into basically 2,000 cedis Stonebwoy G, you know. It's because onwa until the middle of 2019 na onye Gamro member. Na moso muntu minche sekama obia onye mu member.
Exactly.
Now from 2019 middle no much sekano twice. That is how come twice.
I think that's twice, but twice in the move could be only 1,000, and that is the reason why I budget only 2,000.
Understood. But Uncle Rex, 1,000 no cry for Stonebwoy pa for a period of, let's say, is it 6 months?
6 months.
1,000 for 6 months pa the Uncle Rex. I believe Stonebwoy deserves better.
You can't say that. If we say everybody deserves better, but Gamro is not at the position that a bit near to Obia the way I said so. It is gradual, and we are getting there.
Okay.
So the whole situation is sometimes it is easy. You know, if I was in the shoes of Stonebwoy, I'll say the same thing. I'll say it because I don't know what is happening.
Okay, understood.
As makers here, there are so many artists that makers say they are signing agreement. Right now, there's some money from Kapasu. Ross head and Nick Nyaka Sikana Banonita, the Sikados who pay Sakodi. But Sakodi has not assigned his right to Gamro. He's not a member of Gamro.
Uncle Rex, Sakodi is not a member of Gamro?
No. You see, so sometimes when people are complaining in this country, I mean, they say Gamro is the target. Anybody gets up and condemn Gamro.
Okay.
But people must understand that say, Gamro does not deal with artists. Gamro deals with right owners.
Okay.
So Sakodi Akotonyum, how do you know Sakodi and Kwanechoye? Did you write a song with Akwabwa? Did you write a song with another artist? So you can't just collect the money and go and give it to Sakodi. Especially while he hasn't even assigned his right to the organization.
Okay.
So the money is sitting.
Well, okay, well understood. But ebimu feel say ebimu so na so Christopher Kahon say munim de say munye pa nenso munye. You know what you should do, you know the right thing, but you are just deliberately, intentionally, purposefully refusing to do it.
Talk is cheap. I will invite you. Come to Gambo.
So Christopher Neka, when you
I'm not making sense. So Christopher, that's why I use the word talk is cheap.
Okay.
I talk, everybody can talk. So people like you come to Gambo, find the fact, so that you will speak based on knowledge, based on facts, not based on what everybody is saying. So I believe that Gambo is an organization for right owners of Ghana. Right owners of Ghana can decide, say, they put their energy together to make it what they want it to be. Or right owners of Ghana can decide to destroy it. It's a choice that we have to make.
Rex Omar, I mean, you are a principled man. When you hear some of these things, I mean, you will see you are doing your best, and the criticisms keep coming over the years. Election, where the caucus, where you say now. How does it make you feel?
It is said, Obia, Yakichre no. Na ye dino ashe amnem. Na ye yabu sana osi okwaku yino. Wanye kefra wa okwaku yino no. Because being a being not watching out. Because many are. That is how I see people who are complaining. I was part of the complainers. I complained and I fought with so many people for Gambo to become what it used to be. So those who are complaining, I understand. That is why I don't take the criticism into heart, because I know, say, Gambo must do better than it is doing now. But there are real issues. Some of them is legislation. Some of them is pure ignorance by the members themselves. Some of them is a whole issue that look, every day my family, my children are asking me to walk away from Gambo. People must understand, say, what I'm doing there is voluntary. People insulting, saying all manner of things, but I've decided, say, I will do my best so that at the end of the day, when the time comes and I walk out, posterity would be my judge.
Uncle Rex, well, thank you for deciding to talk to us today. That is Rex Soma, interim chairman of the board of the GAMRO, Ghana Music Rights. Mamenko anoda samwa bedu suna minino mbonko mokakra. Question nesi den.
Yeah, Halifax.
Yeah.
We are trying to deal with GAMRO problems. And me pese and can now be such chairman
What chairman? Or say interim chairman.
Because as far as I am concerned, I'm a chairman. As it is, GAMRO need anybody called chairman or interim.
Into as far as you are concerned, Okasen's capacity as who?
He is talking in the capacity as himself because nobody, as I'm talking to you now, GAMRO, per last year, Omankasa a year, friends, you mukwe AGM mukwe Kumasi. Our mukwe elected 90 days.
We'll come into the politics of GAMRO later. Let's deal with the substantive issue of right collection and matters.
Why he still says that he's an interim chairman. No, GAMRO doesn't have chairman. There's no interim board. GAMRO is a free organization now.
As for the internal politics of GAMRO,
yeah, straighten our part because that is the problem where we
are. I know somebody. Yanko, why?
Me pacho mini asem papa biya kan we. Yeah.
Oh, uni asem papa biya kan say saying
because issue about GAMRO no ya kan.
Then so yanka issue about Stonebwoy in 2000.
And no make a difference biya. The only difference they say Stonebwoy publicly be declare how much are oji and then a subject matter, but the substantive issue about GAMRO no related problems there bozu from your show to this show to less show to almost every show in entertainment platform here has been discussed. Like Stonebwoy said, they know the problem, they know what to do, full stop.
And from your perspective, my you should stop talking about it.
I'm not saying me see me and papa be a kan. Me I'm speaking for myself.
I know. Is it that you are frustrated?
Oh, me and papa be a kan.
I didn't know when you said papa be a
but your movie called honorable. I don't know why list. But check you move. Show.
Prince Mike, what organizes shows, sir? What from more about Bonium, sir? Do you do anything like logging, me Bonium say, me Bonium GAMRO, from some Abejiska? What has been your relationship with GAMRO so far as an event organizer?
So you can't creep out there. You but I'm on fire with beyond the say will be filling forms to say the national critics can. But maybe I hear show beyond your Babejiska.
I'm more budget to say I.
Oh, sometimes 5,000, sometimes it depends.
Now, Mama who receipts.
Yes, I think they do.
And now, some bad then, no catcher will say, Maki, what do they tell you are paying for? I mean, how do they explain the
for the music now more used to know on the night until they tell you say once you build artists, on be perform music, and now DJs will be will be playing music, and we are supposed to pay some money to GAMRO by law, and so the secret kind. Sometimes they come and we negotiate. Maybe I remember now about 10,000. A bit more can maybe I do best 5,000.
Baumun church almost say Sika Yeji. One see the Beko way or two see the Beko way. You just pay in general. Okay, me that say. But Minio Mujia, I mean from this topic I'll come straight to you. Honorable.
Halifax.
Fortunately, you are now in office. I mean, you've seen both sides.
Yes.
And now you have the power to help. Honorable, what is happening? How long will we still hearing this thing? 6 months, thousands. It's fair.
Let me put on record, say, GAMRO, ASOG, Kopi Ghana, relatively, you do baby a was an come to me de edu, but me ye money soon look it to say they are a waste of time. Okoha, they have fine edifice in the making, which first near Shedan years ago. A year after Yang and a team nearby, and I think he from about after us. Is it Kojenchi?
After Kalosechi? Yes, it was Kojenchi.
Yes. One was started our project, and the last time Kojenchi, I was impressed. And say 2 or 3 floor story.
I think it's about 3. Yeah.
When I was handing over, and I say handing over Gamro, Obi an interview on Joy FM. Obi say, "If tu ben na me wa me de be ma Kojentwi." I think the Kojentwi be a chairman. Joy FM called me on it, and I said that he should try and make sure say, "Sike bi eda be bi a won fan kwhye technology mo."
My enchindi.
I say, sometimes some people must sacrifice to make something happen.
Okay.
Ninti ameka chere saa time ka chere Kojo ne say saa time ne say me be hu say nkofo ebre agi sika enyomodia. Nkofo ebre the 5,000 that Rexoma mentioned, about 2,005 or even 3,000 could be people who are just taking the money for nothing.
But they are right owners.
Yes. Nkofo agin say the fact that we nyumu no, it means you should be giving money. It is for people whose music are used.
Okay.
It is not for Ubia say why you want to. Unfortunately, because any system or on our data to take decisions. Emma Tembia na question is explaining A, B, C, grades, Y grades, and so grades in what the chair. And when you do that, ube win none sikani and then and yan sabeka. Even me as a right owner. Means
you know we forget you are a right owner.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. We say Kofi Refi is a right owner. Because when in my prime, say why Tiranke ko yi pa. Munya more them ha. And Kafi be half of the money is for the bremi. But Benyan is harder because they didn't have anything to do the calculations. No. And so everybody must come on board. Technology, no, we must get it. Maybe a first can FBR, no, Abba, they are fixing our technology problem. No, people are bringing options. It's here so far near. I want to be to me. Honorable Minister committee say, sad and opposite fix it. Generally, we should accept that President Akufo-Addo, when it comes to this industry, no passion for it. A lot of us, if you have a chance engaging in that on it, you will not be able to tell. But you meet people who say, President Gra ministers who say, President anyone who power, then when they be or the Muslim at the moment, I can say what inter-ministerial committee for the tourism, art and culture industry, so that to say Obi war aviation. We work off a plane on your happy. But Dr. Awa, Minister, he needs to control directly. It is aviation ministry or transport ministry. It is roads. And nobody taxi me say, oh, or dying I say, well, who say road to Lake Busumtree, or I start say, eh, yeah. I'm sure when me bank, Baba catch on about Mwakanta, say, Busumtree for say, or more that's when we say road on one start. The road to the tourist sites is another Makwanta. It's not Dr. Awa. And so we need almost everybody on board to be able to fix the challenge of the arts. And President committed, say, such change in maybe a BFBR, we can make that change. And inti and the 2 marketers. You know, Dr. Awa, Honorable Minister, is a marketer.
Sure.
Or some media background. I'm a marketer. I have
no media background.
Yes. So if we were 2 strengths, we should be able to merge and get the results we are looking for.
Okay.
It's the Gamro problem. And one of my it is a culture of the people. The people's culture, where instead say be ejuma bomuno yerenam court. Yerenam court. Because then there's more suit
Suit or hopper.
Almost
about more than 6.
Why? I didn't know.
So which investor would want to Fidia working? If you invest in PPE,
yes.
Me the Fidia no beba.
Yes.
Na minjiskano mamuna minti kakra. Na say more 6 lawsuits. Which investor would find this attractive?
You know, and so semester I'm sure as I came here to talk about some of the things I came here to talk about. You know, you see that I will touch on things like education. I will touch on a lot of things and
We'll discuss that when we come to overhauling the industry. But what can I say? What can you? There is this part. Mr. Minya explanation.
Which one?
Yes, the presidency. No, the government is committed to it into more interministerial committee, so that the agencies should be talking to each other. So if you say tourist site, you're road in here, master koyo.
Yes.
If you say collection, yeah, number collection for. I mean, not right collection. I mean tolls. But you said there has been several proposals and suggestions in fixing this GAMRO specific problem. Honorable Patrick, specific Accra, what are some of the alternatives are a bit more suggested? Which one are we adopting? No more no no. Na a year, 2 years, 3 years. Now you say it's been fixed once and for all.
Okay. Rex presented one document you might. I think somewhere in March. And we saw the figures. Funding Nana Dr. Awa Minister Epeno. Not enso because we anticipated it was less. But figures nearby. Nelson. Apparently it is a document that is going to run GAMRO. I'm saying cars in our room, and I'm saying Muhian Regional is generators and offices, yes. So it's like almost every area is it a satellite or technology, no?
Satellite,
no. And was some more office be a mini office a man in area, no. And we are supposed to pay for say 4 years or 5 years. Then Ghana for them master room. Then the people who are coming to manage will leave and go. You can't go and pay just 1 year.
So,
and
Chairman, we can start small. I mean, can't
yes,
what's this?
If it's not the same question. Oh, Socrates likes his things in a particular way. We are not saying that logging. No. I say ABA a pen and a paper and a type of office, no, and yeah, baby. But you see, because why Janet will be out here, because how logging idea Socrates can see for pen and trade. Or no by argument the whole day. The presenters don't want to log. We have tried and tried. Meanwhile, it's a law. And yes, sir, it's a law. It just say, Obia Bobi Numa, I was logging. But when Kwesi defense here, most of the time, I'm in a question as a pet and a person to one of them. And the young who say, okay, what about the levy? The levy that comes.
Honorable, sorry, you wouldn't conclude where you were. So one of the proposals, they say, or the investor bill and it includes logistics and office allocation and generator.
I'll come and end up.
Okay.
To understand.
I want to know.
Okay, I'll come and end up. One say Nintia make us say we need the technology, no? It's because levy, no. How do you say it? The levy that comes doesn't have any data with it. Port of Funeji, would based on the fact that the law said that blank CDs years ago, na nkofo at the pirating nkofo nyomne films. And here scan number some tax be that so. I beje them artists or filmmakers. Iti yejia yedwema GAMRO and ASOP to distribute. Data bang and you distribute. Because that's why you can't have data.
Okay.
That's what make us say your technology, which will give you a rough idea of the most used music across the country. We use it as a sample size to take decisions for the
distribution.
Yes. At the moment, majority of and I scan most are omocheno. It's from levy. It's not from collecting of royalties.
Really?
Yes.
Just a question.
Just
a question, quick one. Now all can about say kwesi abo agene and say login any name me pa wo GBC enipa ya wo mo no so na wo ho no omo no omo tworo
what exactly is the question, sir?
Enti na adentina hanse ni so no GAMRO enti me insist say once you are using our work our members works no what you must say emrane kires tworo enti no enya say
so your question is that why is GAMRO not enforcing radio stations to do logging? Although the law
manual logging.
Is that the question?
Yes.
Yes, I think that it is a good question because Sam Tokwawe, when I was on the other side, I was part of the fight. I think just before election, Bahama, Assemble me kwesi Abuaji nyane fair share yene no 2-1. But you try sir we are not getting the results. But in the meantime, no, when we are able to get data to even share the levy, peace best atiaba. Because levy na ban.
Okay. And the levy will be shared also based on the same technology are working. That is when we can know say
because
the technology is not there.
So that's when it is the ratio for sharing.
Okay, it is the assumption is that we a statistics the assumption is that the blank CDs in the back Ghana, which we are going to fight to add pen drives and mobile phones and things in future because they say blank CDs they say on my parity film it's on phones, it's on tabs and
pen drives,
PCs. Until we need to go and amend, which we are going to help Gamro to do and Attorney General to do. Say to me, any technology now, it gives us a rough idea. Say Accra, send you your boy, Peace FM Kwadini. So according to 5% of Peace FM's airplay. Stoneboy took 10%. Another person took this percent. Ubinya 0.something%.
When you're planning, you can do projections.
Correct. So based on that, it's assumed that the songs that are mostly played on radio, they are the same ones that people are likely to pirate.
Of course. It makes sense.
Correct. So based on that, you better first data now radio stations, you know. Technology in their minds are more most to know. Yeah, fan level. And we are fine. So nobody is saying that what's her demo? That's why it's question beside on one question. I say you equally qualify as someone who can push Peace FM to log. You haven't over the years.
But the person who has been put there with the law, what's up? Rex, no. Why can't Rex pay a play and pay us at the end? Why can't they enforce it? And some of the boy members in Yomono, you need technology now. We are fighting for it. But the same paper now, another radio station, once you nipa no one say, Musum betimi aye, and Musum sister say, Omunye. Why can't you do that? And you are giving excuses. Technology is always the excuse. Paper no betimi more the same request of sampling of your friend is saying the paper can give you. The paper can give
Nobody
you.
Has
Any paper for the go and saying one person can be writing.
Walking into this room for how many years?
I don't have the law. The person who has been mandated with the law, only a two abama not me see. Only ya two abama obi. Ya ko two abama.
Safo mananonsi na yengosti program here.
Yes, I'm still a member.
What did you do about that?
What I can do is that I can push, I can be speaking. I've been saying it all these years. That those are two abama mono. I do almost share what I'm say.
Me penny for me no 1% come about in Koso. I mean, honorable. Enti fidie no arrangements no mu die do him. That be na fidie beba.
We must look for more money. Because near yes aka no.
And mo ne ho sika sesia. Mo ne ho sika sesia budget mo eba ye no.
Me say me call office. I think this week is my second month.
Hey, so that they have no 2 months.
2 months, yes.
It's as if okay.
It's only 2 months. We are still looking for the money. Say your budget TBR for this year for the ministry and it is the previous minister who did the budget.
Okay.
Because budgets are done a year before. So we do not have access to the money to get this. We are gathering all of the information that we need. Again, we are asking Gamro say JCMO is a joint CMO, which is a joint collecting society.
Sure.
You've been able to put up this building. Which I'm one away, loan. So why don't you also offer some figures? Then we'll see, say, and then I can augment. Then we can get the technology. Once a Rex can say, Omuni a Ukra at the moment, we can say a board chair, on your board chair.
Yeah.
And not the whole thing I ever saw because they've turned the whole organization to court going. When my name came up that I am likely to be a deputy minister, I tried to begin to solve this problem. A faction of them sent message. I called the meeting because he came at the second one. Say now, first and second, you're good. So I said, even me now, my baby innocent. I'm trying to solve the problem. Say now, me minister, what right have I got to call them into any meeting? It's question is spend a better now, mama. So we need to change our mindset.
Minister, now I understand why not see he has nothing to say what Breno.
Oh yes, I know.
Mamenko my next topic so why? Na same way there yanyam pon Mark for Mike no why? Na de omo ye idiot.
Asem kakra honorable we dey need dem a.
Unka receive uba be kan gamro.
Oh me busa asem kakra bi. Honorable so betima me. Honorable. But your technology no ne board pa.
Yes. I also didn't know it was that much. But it be
ne board in chain dan na almost no.
There be no dino.
Oh, and then a young fat says they can solve technology na betima generate sika no.
So kwesi kan say omo beginning
and sana later ya be sit down.
Say na kwesi kan say so munnimu a anka omo technology na sana. But again, ask yourself that a next boy crow ka say 2 years yaw. Eno kan ho say oh yeah. Sa kwade de fe kun. Shatawale emso no kro ho enche. So the real active members of Gamro no omo jama omo oya nyuma mo radio so that no akọ register, and those people are many. It's a we are ye be chen bo say omo jijin kitinkitin dey, but because omo do so nti they take a chunk of the money.
Minister yanko me ma pon Gamro semsembo because honest yeah moving on Gamro semsembo.
Do you know sir,
they mean no
if this login system begins to work out, there are over 100 and over thousands of people in this town who are not going to even collect money.
Meaning because it's South India muki kra. So mo say South office no anka. Omo de no kwasi. No more office fia bi some tiny office be nya presenter when they had about 3 groups there. Now so it's basa. So Bimsuba can say well they need a nice place. We can monitor from here, we can monitor from there. But what happened yesterday was that Omwa Lanche RTPBU, Omwa Lanche be nominations, close nominations, unveiling nominees. Na Penyina or that RTP, I don't know. On one Kasakasa Waha, a friend of Prince Maki. Prince, I mean, you know the way I ask my questions. Publicity is low on this your nominee unveiling yesterday. What has happened? I'm feeling say your cost about from showing the be pay. Your cost about from nominees now being on publicity into more Jama media for no. Prince.
Madam Halifax. Also a Fabian strategy I adapted.
Okay.
And I feel no. In fact, a strategy say the PCS started on a low key and hit it up much higher. I mean, the course of the process.
Okay. Into any error, a plan.
Yeah, because of the corona issues, also can play a role. All right, because in the past, launcher everywhere. Yeah, but this time we decided to go a bit low key and then focus our attention on the main event.
Now, your budgetary constraints, and what is the issue?
I think it's just a strategy that we adopted.
And the rationale behind that strategy is to achieve what exactly?
Like I said, we want to. You see, a lot goes into the launch, making all those, getting it everywhere.
Good. So, a lot, Mr. Jessica.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, budgetary constraints, and that's why. And yeah, that's something we are saying. Jessica, same yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were focusing on the media. What do you call it? Media news aspect.
Yeah, the whole razzmatazz, the whole thing. Now warranty venue. Now
so we thought of concentrating on the main event itself.
Okay.
And focusing on that one more because over the years they've been massive steady growth, and this year being the 11th, we have planned to make it another make a huge statement, and so our focus is targeted towards that.
When are you looking at for the main events?
First week of November.
This is the 3rd week in August, September, October. Just that be done 2 months of voting.
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah.
Voting started at being.
We are looking at normally no says to say I think we na bano. I think on all the coding until we get it from apps company now on we no. Then we will determine say okay, from now we can start the voting. So it will come from them.
A company being on where side no mamu.
Absent Mobile.
Absent Mobile. Now one with timeline say a week, 2 weeks, 3 days.
So normally what happens is say now officially release the list, we have sent them the list. Then they will now have to do the coding and send it back to us. And they will communicate on how the public can vote for each and individual nominee. And after that, I started your major campaigns. So until that process is done, say we are a better 3 days and they get it back to us, and then we also will do the communication bit as well.
Now, over the last 10 years now, Sana Konomo releasing names no answer before they go and do the coding.
Yes,
that is how it's always been. Okay. But some of the new categories be account for this year.
Yes.
Did I say producers of the year or something?
Yeah. Producers, reporters, pundits, and even some programming categories as well. Also, some of the categories are now your only personality. Also, you started with personality.
Radio into personality.
And later on, stations now MITSSA. Mostly the personalities not edgy honest now what they call Omohonum. But if we could also introduce programming categories, almost let me keep the reward and the trophies in the now. So that was when we started introducing the program categories. But now we realize say some of the programs now here for some of the categories now for personalities add their programs as well. So we said development, say your only development show host of the year, but we didn't have a development program. So now we have it. Entertainment talk show host. It's a program. It is only the host. But now we have a program.
Okay.
And
producers, pundits.
We have producers. We have pundits for political shows, political programs, and then entertainment programs and other things. And they come.
And to Patrick say, for instance, who nominate entertainment review? I bet to Maba say, who nominate entertainment review for radio entertainment program of the year.
So
and then the host becomes radio entertainment show host of the year.
Exactly.
Se kwesi winner or the award number on one fee. But se show no winner award number despite media higher.
Yeah.
Producer and as a producer will be a huge na Salamata winning entertainment radio producer of the year. Award no.
Okay, so for the production aspect, and yet for a particular program general. So a short list of various programming the committee said are doing very well. And such producers behind those shows are the ones that have been shortlisted, and then those ones are not voted for. Those ones are just
more
technical
honorary
decisions that are going to be made on them. And so the committee will sit down to review the work, because so we can say obi me vote for, and as obi me channel production ebi akoso hanoma in terms of entertainment reviewer. Now you probably will not be. It doesn't really add up, and you need people are almost tier programming, almost share the content of the program, and programming, the content of the programming, and how rich and in depth the program is. That determines the work that is being done behind the scenes. And so it means that the producers are doing such work. But before those producers can be given the nod, then we would make sure we talk to the management or the station, managers who handle the program, like the programs, manager, to be sure indeed certainly the focus of the program or the rich content of the program is basically based on the work that is being done by the producer or not. A program can be very good, may have all the good programming content and all of that, but the producer may be lazy, or the work may not have been done by the producer. It could have also been done by the presenter himself. So if it's established, say, this show is good, but show where the controlling the program content, then there's no need to look at the producer.
What are you looking at? More share popularity and now more share technical production. For instance, and now I can industry in some semi a higher din boko ratings for low. By Bia, Mekobo gift the Empress Nini Kuno Hobson Adoyen some na ye we see what you big giddy and can by now I'm dominating Accra. Popularity. Musha Dane, what do you determine that this is a solid program that deserves to be awarded?
Okay, so maybe I make call a bit into your website.
Okay, whilst is going into his website, his name is Prince Marquis, CEO
of website rtpawardsafrica.com. There's a button there, web press, all the various buttons. So you go to criteria. So we have personality of the year, radio criteria, and your personalities of the year TV criteria, and your program of the year also the criteria I determine for that, and sign up for lifetime achievement award as well. So for what you're asking for programming, they look at the first of all, strong listenership or viewership, depending on whether it's radio or television.
So that's popularity.
Yes. And so they also look at strong influence on audience.
Still popularity.
And then they look at impact on the audience. Then they look at the content of the program. And then the panel analysis, how in-depth those panel analysis are in terms of the programming listen. And then the strong research that is done based on the structure of the the topic that is being set on the program itself, depending on the panels that are surrounding the particular program.
Beautiful. I think a combination of both from what you've read and your popularity pay is about the influence, the research, the content. What isn't it for winners this year? Sometimes more can say, sometimes more can say. This year winners no, they no money.
Yes, over the year. Okay, this year's year Masasi. Last year Promise and Sasi. Now so far no everything has been delivered at least him say you started at check to some of the winners already. I'm a receive it. But right after you best start your communication, those are almost the canon. You see, say for instance, Abia say Halifax we category will come present to you your or assassin documents BBR and area.
And say winning last year no more started be more awards.
A minimum receive it.
They say wine say na wanya ne indenture ne site plan one assassin so.
Obit dache hini for Swajima.
Okay.
In South Canada. I don't have the full list yet, but I know say a minimum receive it. And then there's also few others I saw almost no
land guard kun assassin no ho na ye train den assassin dey say ba address obi see e bi dey
assassin aye bibia ato ho
na cross as ye nim dey bibia ato e would dey grow big time everywhere so
land guard assassin
na so what has delayed there say obi anya ne dey preku na enko ye ne
that's what I'm saying. Say at the point to be na say focus on your lunch until now we are done until now be making sure say omo maka so omo ye dey
Maki modern didn't say nti na correct to say
we also honorable I hope to say the American it's not just about giving the prizes out but to also make what they call it a buzz generate a buzz around it so that omo donate is want to make a positive way what do you call it?
Mileage be. But I'm not sure there was a buzz around the presentation of the land and the indenture.
Yeah, and anything my hold on say young concentrate on your way, what do you call it?
Upcoming one.
Yeah, lunch, Yeah, we are netima I the akanya me generate our bars na.
Finally, before I let my panel members come in, see 2021 RTP Amuyi Mwanlanchi. It covers from which period to which period?
What's it?
The nominees are Mwanveli. Their work covers from which period to what period?
So it covers from 20. So we share away now a nomination. I say 2021. Sorry, 2020 to 2021. From August 2020 to what do you call it?
To this year, to August 2021, a 1 year period.
2021, yeah.
Nah, there's always this issue of presenter wait time by August, September, October, November, December 2020. He was with Hits FM.
Yes.
From December to something 2021, we're moving about OK FM.
Yes.
Hits FM no so wa Gini Dimpa. OK FM so yeah, I mean, where do we place as people?
Yes, so when most of the times when Sani Manisia na you realize it before listening about our movement, we say we are from peace to OK. Sorry, from Peace FM to let's say
Hits FM, and I mean
exactly from Peace FM to Hits FM. Yes, we recognize that.
So
even on this list in the crowd, who say Obiti say Natalie Fort. Now Okan News or TV3. Yes, to say no or GH1. And so no, you recognize that fact. And many others.
Until okay, be obvious Captain Smart. Saying I've not checked the full list. ABA nomination. Would we say radio morning shows of the year can Angel FM or now we say Onuya FM? Because Onuya FM I call some 2 months ago.
Yeah, from Angel to Onuya. Someone say on and what happens they say or on TV or Onuya. What you say? And within the period na we're working all we're actually Angel within that period. And they are called into Onuya.
Okay.
But Onuya no even though so call or free Angel no or call Onuya TV. But the program also is being what they call it transmitted on radio. However, we don't recognize say be a Onuya radio. But we say from what they call from Angel FM to Onuya, because on Onuya no or both platforms.
Okay, so my question is the artwork the name of the program, will it be the one he was hosting at his former station?
No, and
for which he was nominated?
Personality category. And yet personality category.
I get you. You don't move with the program. It's the person that moves.
Yes.
So
yes.
I get you. Okay. And then for that is Prince McKay for you. Why do I always start with Socrates? Let me go the other way around. This time, Minister.
Oh,
yes,
you. I'm not come back home. I'm not back home. Yes, and Papa be a couple. Baby, me for Papa. I didn't know. Yes,
I'm going to say, I need you, Mammy. Minister,
honorable, so honorable. Then you have a panty, you say, or Castle near some be a comfort one, as or Tinassi.
One day, no be 3 days. One day, no matter you are. One day.
Interesting, Minister CEO. You're moving on. I mean, on pass the comments for now. I know that some way do. You've worked with RCP before. You've listened to his logo market back and forth. So when RCP are you mapping?
Oh yes.
Nah, what you know? So okay, one lunch, one feeling nominees for this year. Nah.
Seriously, me have me kakra about bars na surround RTP awards.
First of all, my member na so 11 years no enye de ketwa. Last year 10th edition no be call the 10th edition the main event in Biano so say Ekoye. Over the period no say RTP awards be developed with a lot of technical issues. Say apart from technical issues no na idea ba concern na ta happen no the late commencement of event no. But for some reason no last year no na complaints no na ketwe bi again last year and so now 10th anniversary, I mean, who a lot of over the years, me who media presence as in personalities, no.
Okay.
But for some reason, the last year me who media owners na kasa. I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw a Father Dixon at any event. But last year RTP Awards, no, he was present. A crack with J superhero and also I wouldn't know not saying superheroes award. Kind superhero award. Okay. Superhero. So me the way
management of media excellence.
Okay, management of media excellence award for Father. Okay, but what target as superhero? Oh, okay, nice. Now this year, no buzz. No, I'm a little disappointed in the buzz
for the unveiling of
for the unveiling.
So I'll say deliberate and strategic. Them no kind.
I don't know the strategy behind it. I mean that or you know, but me as an observer, because I believe say usually a awards a symbol, and so you must project it to a certain light. Ma ubia be aware. Me say BBC Ekoso, and usually you start with the unveiling of the nominees. That's one. 2 ways. Sober launch here, it must come with a certain level of buzz. Sober unveiling nominees and so it comes with a certain level of buzz. And as days leading to the main, award scheme events nakasa so comes with its own buzz. Then events nakasa. So I don't know because when a kickstart BBR, sad process when unveiling the nominees.
You left one.
Aftermath, no, and the Kasano, the next season. That's true. So when the kick started the 11th edition. So I said you must actually feel BB. So me mom denaka yes. And yes, be big events be but say online or crana. We can contract 1 or 2 bloggers be to actually make noise about it. There's a way you go about it. A bit generating some conversation at some level of intensity. There are a few things that I'm impressed. Last year, if I'm correct, and I'll introduce you Blogger of the Year. Now, usually, I believe say I was scheme biano it's you can scheme no and so or add on and also subtract a PR machine adds onto the PR machinery because once there's a new category, it instigates some conversation. So last year, say bloggers, was all over the place. You understand? For the fact that they've been nominated. So by default, they were actually making noise, and that was a trick by Makea. Okay, I won't say a trick.
It was a smart move.
It was a move. It was a strategy for me. I felt it worked because under normal circumstances, you need to talk to Kokonsan to make noise about the awards. Sami K, GHQ. But by virtue of the fact that you're nominated Muninano, big man, it was all over the place. Kokonsan Teti GHQ Teti. So they kind of promoted the scheme because you are nominated. And this time around, also, the BIA became producer of the year. Producer of the year in the category producers no Teti Makia check because there's always a conviction say omo the fool when it comes to these shows. Inti here say be recognize you. And I mean I'm excited say on the board have actually decided this is the time omo back room no omo ye bibia no omo making sure say topics no say they actually talk to the resource person, pay calls, do this, do that, actually direct the shows no, they will be recognized. So I feel say not so and our pundits of the year. So I mean that's good because now no for so many years no shows no are being mainstay when it comes to our entertainment programming. Metro about pundits of the who did it. Also be who did it so you are nominating me okay that's good. It's 1 year in a lifetime. I feel say these are categories are a bit adding on to the conversation. Now the other thing impressive me was Ubisa about category definition or kasi yanko website. So it gives me the impression that the website has been updated. Usually about RTB, even VGMA. The last time I discussed VGMA, after the awards, so no more website has not been updated. So for Mackay, I names are not full of mistakes, no. To actually say as in perception. perception. It's a credit to you. I mean, the perception is you're all over the place. You're not organized.
And say, patrons and the mistakes, Amber.
No, I mean, for the facts, I'll see on our core website or to actually read. No,
DJ Candyman from Asasi, I believe it's 99.5 radio. I sent a message. Main country no say Hits Mid Morning is hosted by DJ Black. That is Hits FM Mid Morning. DJ Black. That is after the Dusty.
Yes.
And not Na Ajele Doku.
Na Ajele host to afternoon. Okay.
So asking for me. Why was he mistaken by mid morning? No, but it happens. I mean, it's correctable. It's
so. Maki, then it's up to you to actually fix. See, another we see issue where maybe go into the nomination seriously. But our issue we about Abda. The infamous and I guess the issue no about a ding anything. Picture. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I
think so it was Nanaya Kese saying Nidino any wrong picture, and he had complained several times.
Oh, okay.
Because of that, and other reasons to know or opt out of the award.
Oh, okay. So the picture never.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, so complain when I cause watch it. Into measure my case on fixed issue because he obia there's a way obia kutani dimu in a way. So we ekrana you feel more wahan. So I expect unknown in the team no would pay your more research here to know say either there's a hyphen or there's no hyphen. There's a H. You understand? Do your investigation and
some mistakes in kitchen devils typo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, son, because once you go the nomination list to drop it means say why you money year pass and I did to so when about an amount for picking on Medina years correct my program no I mean for me I think say after 11 years.
Is it not the board? Is he about McKay the pioneer?
He's a no oversight over the BBR. I know what better working. Uncle Debbie or the operations manager.
I see what the committee are putting in place. So the committee will look of there. Why should they be always about
McKay? But I don't know yet head. I don't know he's spearheaded then. So I don't know the committee. Okay, give me the names of the committee members. Now I'm from 1-1. You understand? He is the face and the voice of the scheme. You understand? So almost fixing those little. And yes, now, and yes, like you're saying, but people will pick on it and make it as you say.
I get you. And blow that when I know about the center of discussion. Meanwhile, it's type of beer. It's avoidable.
But I mean, 11th edition will still.
Arnold, why are you not doing PR for McKay anymore?
It's not about me.
It's about you.
Oh no.
Now because see, I mean, when I walk as a man, one can be what the internet church. Mundane see, I won't be say when yet RTP PR review.
My principle. No, when I stopped working for me, going into details as to why I stopped. Or
is this something? Is this solvable?
Oh, I had a lot of other stuff to do.
Is this solvable for you to go back and work?
I had other equally important stuff to do. So
2021. So approach will say, "But you miss your terms. Will you work for him?"
Yeah,
is that a yes or
no? Me available. Now year. We'll see how it goes.
His name is Arnold. His name is Arnold Samoa. There you do. And my Baba Pons, I'm the minister repair. But if you say United Showbiz, is it 9 p.m. UTV? Or Baba dear sir. Tolo Bifie.
Yeah, Halifax.
Yeah.
I think sir. Event our Ghana. One of the most fortunate person among us. Is
Prince Maki. I didn't see.
He's one of the most fortunate among all event organizers in Ghana. And even across. Because on opening event here, event now, you know, radio and TV station for an adverts.
For free?
For free. Have you what so? You come to Peace FM. You don't need to come and see Father Dixon for even promo. You ride an apana Nanaya Kese in advert. One Nanaya in advert. Udia Hinka, move to Mami, you we say Oko Angel, the same thing. Oko UTV, the same thing. Like that's how fortunate he is. And to me, Makase, sa advantage, you know, one. As I say, utumi kromuding. Because the market there so ye pa and say, over printing the tickets, no aton. Then the event, when you're the guest artist, we're calling the venue. Because the
publicity,
no, it's been done by
the nominees
themselves. And the nominees themselves are media practitioners.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you call ye? Sometimes artists cry now when you're nomination, or no flyer, crowd send them manner. Sometimes some crap on a chocolate say you have nominated and some artists and acquired in the flyer out on the Instagram page. cry Kasebia. I'm nominated in this Gospel Artist of the Year. But when Market the day, or no radio and TV for now newspaper when you or more necessary or the year now pandit
account. Teachers most of campaign
exactly. Say me metian me a bapa pa. I say me am starting I'm not bear there. Me offer so Christopher on so bear there. Everywhere pandits now will be a
award. Is it the same award? People say, oh, we don't believe in it. We are. Is it the same award? I'm kind of saying.
Award there. Obia be better so say we don't believe in it in an obwa. Obia pabaso there. Nimpe bia.
I'll be clear.
I cry. I wanna to ya wanna to keteso cry again. Oka say oh bon kola mo pesun pa Ghana how your competition. I'm a crying children in Ghana. Cry na obenye winner.
Okay, CNN.
Yes.
With the Kawasi.
And you know, that's how awards, no people value awards. Until a chroma there, and far awards some niagro.
Okay.
So we ne yoyi. Me hun krofo kwa embassy. A plaque no a show motum as the year. De ebin cry through this way no. Ratings cry in their salary cry shoot up. Yes, through Makia year.
Trese eboa.
Ebimu anya poaching cry from. Are ni scheme now, you know. People have gotten good poachings with good remuneration at their dinner. So it's very, very good. But me, one of a year perception I walk out me person me manage can say sometimes you know, it look as if say company be a sponsor, na say nipa no media organization be it looks as if say that year no, the workers media seems to sweep the whole awards out on the night of the event. Minimum how it is about that.
Na say sponsoring company no sa company no media house on way.
That's what and I'm saying this based on who wins what no then they go into it ma obi win bibi say the beya at least be clear sa doubt ni na
Kwesi. Oh, Sanima William, excuse me to say, a propaganda.
By who?
You see, I mean, cancer much. Why now born it didn't say all media or sponsor or sweep your award. The only person that I can remember say or yes or sponsor are all media or even there are two because I would say what do you call it? Special Eyes has been our sponsor for 10 years.
Okay.
Special Eyes. I'm a sponsor for 10 years. But Special Eyes has a media outlet. And so when Enfa say, Ebia, piece of an say UTV, people genuine, I mean, Special Eyes in media outlet. They can't, well,
okay, Hana, that's better now.
Oh, dear. On our work, as I told you, I mean,
Kwesi, I think I remember minister so for
but minister names are some American about the person stretching too much.
See, may be a diagram.
No,
but
minister, some of
Special Eyes does not own a media house.
Okay, correct. Yes. I stand to be corrected.
Yes.
And Tianfan say, Ebia,
if you are paying any principles, then the exactitude, see the dema say.
Honorable, thanks for the correction. Where your friend say, in reference to the all kind, then you are making reference to be to say, Angel Nipa now only Adonko,
okay,
who is a sponsor. But I don't even remember the last time we held an award or winning even more than 3 or 4. I don't remember.
It's basically propaganda.
Okay. Let me tell you Halifax. What happened last year? Your event national. One of the media owners actually outside. No, say, I want to talk to you. Come. Into the make call outside, red carpet side no. No, say, your event, this is the first time I'm coming, but has it always been done nicely like this? And I can say yes. I know some friend or be on. No, say, have you been attending RTV for a while? No, say yes. Has it been like this all the time? So it's always been like this all the time. No, so why do people always come to lie to us about the event? If I had not come, I would still believe what the people say on radio. You understand? All these things are just Nema Bianco 4 year. Arnold wrote an article about our event last year. And when you read that article, you realize that, look, this is an event. It is one of the biggest organized events. I'm telling you, Fafa. But nobody will speak about the good things. We do the largest and the most elaborate red carpet ever in the whole of Africa. If you see the pageantry on our red carpet, people can call me from the US and say they are watching online. It's better than the Grammys red carpet.
I see.
Yet nobody will talk about it, but they'll play the propaganda. What do you call it? This issue you brought about, that media house have not even won more than 4 or 3 hours on our awards platform. Yet they spread the news out there and they take all the shine out of all the good work we do.
But my kid, Nukra won't say there's no bad publicity.
And then I make us say, a name be ancophobia, your agenda setting be. There be an say your mancophonia impression be about your event. But look, this is one of the biggest honorable.
Okay, you're not from anymore. Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, let me give you one example. Something mother.
Oh, Miss me, yes, sure.
Show my bad and better that day number. No, Kwame Quantica say, lost yellow jeans trousers.
Oh,
yellow jeans.
Yes.
Oh, Minister, yes, size up on open now back kaya. Na yellow jeans.
A yellow suit.
Yeah, suit room.
A yellow suit. Up and down, yeah.
Yes.
Kwame Chromatic is yet in the bed. You have to almost watch a yellow.
Oh yes, yeah. Conference and I show.
Yes.
Okay.
That's about.
So that and say his answer they were saying no correct. No,
yeah. So as I think say landing on this one, the American sense me born abaso.
Okay.
For 11 years is not easy. Yeah, hunu nay obi America 2 years 2 years ni 63% him. It's not
65.
Easy. What people are going through, event year end that form. So really, me born about so what I do for 11 years. But also no push the brand. We wish him very well.
Nedinde Kwesi NS Maminka Obias Entertainment Review Cup Farm. No proud sponsors. I have one final topic to discuss. It's been industry. No hot fight, no hot nothing. But sometimes this is also good for the sector. A minute.
Kafam Ghana Limited, inspired by our music and culture, Alodia Promotions, West Coast Entertainment, added the 5th Kafam Ghana Music Awards UK. Bro, showtime! On the 9th of October, Royal Regency, 501 High Street North, Mano Park, London, Entiwo, yes, woo, Anawu, to Home Appliance, I will come from Sabusumi way. Now you could be the lucky one, baby. When they will partner on an all expenses paid. Mokosha live events to be our Queen New Chrome. The deposit a day. Come from Ghana Music Awards UK. Koswa Tomo fridge, TVs, air conditioners, washing machines, keke. Nako UK. Kaisa, ya no mano, ya tiswanga zangaza. Come from Ghana Music Awards UK. Entertainment no see.
Okay, and finally, it is time for the minister. I don't know, Marco Krekumantel became Deputy Minister for Arts, Tourism and Culture. No, I see he's not been 2 months in office. But the newspapers are quoting him say, or say, yeah, art sector no in general, and here major massive overhauling. Master overhauling says saying, I mean, I thought it was doing well. We just need to build and support here and there. Will be a matter of funding the investments. First, no, my friend, no. Brahma, Uncle Mark, but see idea. Come on, it's official, honorable. But overhauling way personally means yes. How exactly do you mean?
Overhauling. Minim. I see can never me interview. And a story no. Me can it's like how can baby come overhauling the work?
Oh, as you are going to get it for. In fact, that was the main headline.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that was the main. That was the main.
Sending me be. Now my kind we are, but one sending me. So
creative industry needs overhaul. That is the headline. Hyphen Mark Okreku Mante. And then Omar quotes Bikakra. In an exclusive interview with Graphic Showbiz, Mr. Okreku Mante said there is a need for a deliberate effort to clean up the industry. Quote, the entire industry, I must say, needs total overhauling. This is in the terms of knowledge, attitude towards knowledge, and how to adapt to change. This attitude of the industry is and on and on and on and on and on. And then they went into, shifting from old school to new school, adapting new practices, how even to transfer music from hard copies to soft copies. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm saying, I get messages and calls from some of the people. This week we were at our constituency. I used to know this week. Say a delegate conference.
Yeah.
I see some people. That was the first time I'm there. Share me, and they are exchanging numbers near you. So, veteran hand be text shout. Intimitia is our no funina. Mechia, our former MP, IP. We lost in the last election, and so he's the owner of the constituency, relatively still for my party.
Is he not your party chairman?
No, he was a former MP.
Former MP said, worry. So the chairman takes control of the party. I mean, let me kind of agree.
Okay, so party chairman.
He's a former MP on your
but relatively he wasn't bad.
But worry one way. So for why that mischievous smile on your face?
I say why we no. So angry.
Oh, when
that be
okay, I get what you mean. That's your time call. And see, I yes one of four Moamu this year. His name is Mark Okreku Mante. Yeah, David. Oh, yeah, dear. So yeah, what art modi or yeah, dear Chemukra or see Ochiamunina.
Good.
Yeah.
So again, my boss is not in town, Dr. Wow, US. I bring greetings from the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. And then the president of the land, President Akufo-Addo, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Auntie Freeman, so Yemami Chief of Staff, and so Etayengechi. In passing of the bill, Creative Art Bill becoming an act, some paying free and a boy and pa, into can be there be a bounding. Now I mentioned this Nasika Troy, I mentioned Yamana Mekine and Power once Namekine. You know that most of your challenges are in the MCCI are purely knowledge problems.
Really?
Yes. One who say, Taman free SHS by and the Biamica free SHS, beboa. And Kofu Felice were just doing a campaign, but people from the arts, the Intia Name free SHS, somebody here make us say we should acquire knowledge. Make us say maybe master class, president master class for the people in the arts industry. Kwachabuaje ne oni anti bwa na mboni din otena aka chem say chop me won no ko score a law obi ko siade ro say chop obi ko siade o so me because na cancer hon I saw deficiency no pa why would all our boards na break why do you think people are just going to court? And I mentioned that a purely governance issues. Gamro say, Gamro is business. And your business is for making profits, but it's come where you want to know. And so say, Yanti, I don't know where you're gonna say. Now you assume say, a ego, a stardom. Do you know when I release the song? Do you know who I am? Trouble, because you know that young kind of the top entrepreneurs in the world are extremely humble because that's how they get their businesses done. Real marketers bow and take money, but people from the arts form boards. Now what is so? And walk. And Mika say Idi Koko, say the Koko master no court, and here Asok, Gamro, our court, Musica, Actors Guild so court. The last Nebisa won't say. Ghana Bar Association, don't they know the law more than the people in the arts? Why are they not going to court? And yes, a court boni be anymore, but we join as associations to think alike. Because we do almost the same things. We perform. So why is it that Bibiba into me and minimum? It is because you lack ethics beer, ye juma boom. How many of the people are at the boss and I should be as some say yes, a master no pa kuchiana boss? It takes instructions from a leader in an organization. You can do your research. Because Ernest, why you man should be as our office bidder? You
Yes.
Mr. Our office bidder.
Yes.
Our here.
So I was music original chairman under Dana Kimi.
Okay, then okay. At the same music I off music, you know. Why you more baby separate corporate house to be. And I should be as I say, governance issues, span of control, chain of command in business. Ministry of Defense.
Okay, so that's an exception, yeah.
Yes, good. And associate say and association collecting society see Ninina should be handled as business. Even when we are choosing musical leadership or other leadership now, we should even think of leaders who have some business acumen, because the associations must grow money. The associations must get money to be able to develop, to find their own offices. Think pension. Today we'll talk about, so what time? We're going to talk pension, everything. Now, see, I say, oh, my tonyum, me star, men I hate it for 10 years. You kind of carry. Some of our performers cannot run businesses. They are performers, they are creative people. They want to create. That is what they are cut to do. But because they are popular, they have election, they will win. Oh, we need to know what now. But the whole thing, you know, onim how internal intra issues and then cry. Some of our people young kind of carry up young offices and meals to create problem. Meals internal a problem. So we need knowledge. And so this morning I was talking to Mr. Kwesi Ajiman, my brother at GTA, and the Kojenchum said, Charlie, we need to talk to scholarship secretariat. And then every year, minimum 10 people from the creative industry should be given some scholarship so that we can grow the knowledge base in the arts. Transition now can happen. I was a victim or corporate to that. Wouldn't you say when the industry was changing from cassette to CD, a lot of people left the industry. If you see the about soft or no, the film industry, when I was going for vetting, the people themselves, I'm sure they are listening. I called him, he was busy. I called Lewin. I said, hey, Brad, any fares you friend me? He was busy. I'm a care said he's busy. Now I'm saying, oh, so let me call a friend saying, Ajay and George. Amake told me, say, Mama Inferno, because me, and I'm saying, so the film people, and I'm gonna say, industry no good. And I'm saying, okay, where is my sister Shelley? I said, oh, on the GSTV contract, TV granted, she's busy. And I'm saying, so you see?
And they were all busy doing film business.
Yes.
Yeah. I did agree.
They are gone. They couldn't come with me. Me friend, me POB. So, me vetting. I'm calling people at random that come and could me vetting. They said they were busy. You can call them, ask them. So you see again, a baby sister say, film is still consumed, but now film is consumed as content and not film as feature film near Tom Cantaman to be. So those who have positioned themselves for content production are still busy. Acrobato is producing, he's offering content on UTV. Lewen used to do one on Adam. I see that Messier Siedu is doing Sankofa.
In fact, he has one on UTV too, the same Lewin.
So, I hear Shelley or Jumama DSTV commissioned to do a project.
Yeah.
So you see, the transition. I didn't say no.
Or more reposition.
And when I mentioned to Amma case, Amma, and you know what I'm saying that she said she's never mentioned that before. She's not one of them who can say industry. So, be who say sometimes transitions no because any technology no when the things are changing you never hear so na adi
it overtakes us.
Yes, then we chase, we become reactive instead of proactive most of the time, and yet this generation if it
and you think one is because knowledge base no you're low,
yes,
and then your ethics no so you're low,
yes,
and so who proposes say bit to me anka yenya scholarship funding be sort of na yen fan add value,
yes,
na yen fan power
yes.
I will come to the question, but let me say
I am
this.
saying this because I'm sure someone muni years ago from the old Peace FM as ever had. I used to come with Eugene as a normal friend of mine who we used to go to Kwesi Agbaje show before you got this job. Those who knew me will tell you that from the time I was doing those things, yes, I made all my hits and all of that. But after that time, me go school no. I'm sure you can tell the difference.
2013 me interview Marco Krekumante and I decided to say Abakrachi okay then was school bio. I mean we look up to you nothing we're there and I see Halifax I need to go to school and yes say me kosia de fufrobia but bese me add value to myself then I can talk the talk of the policymakers so that when I talk they will hear. They will see me as one of them. Yes. And yes, when I talk, they will say, yeah, but you produce Lord Kenya, Dasi Brejamina. And so he's gone to the school and is now talking their talk as a policymaker. But Mark, Obi said, yeah, okay, is that a solution? And we here.
Yes,
I mean, majority of the country was look, young call your school no sa, and yesiko. Na fina young school na mudi mukrachi crash baby seeing.
Okay.
Many people think, Master, Yatra.
Yeah. It's a good question. Unfortunately, say Adianka, what we decided say, won't school no, and I say acquire the knowledge to run organization like Gamro, ASOC. The truth is that our three groups, no, Gamro, ASOC, Gamro, ASOC, Kopigana. So three groups, no, you need a lot of technical knowledge to be able to run those places. I have a friend called John Kra, no, Unibank, I'm sure we catching some John something. On a frame attention say, now financial institutions now running like show business. Because the Gamro Asok is Kasem no. So those who think that they don't need education, there is a place for those people. They're entrepreneurs. They can even be patrons. But those who run these organizations for the institutions, not for the arts industry, they need to acquire or equip themselves.
So, if you talk about repositioning yourself, I agree.
Yeah.
Because trends no changing, job market no changing, and say I agree. But running these institutions, me feel say, why don't the practitioners step aside? Na professionals who are trained as managers, or more expertise, no more running science institutions, and go and focus on your talents. Your vocals. Na professionals. We have managers investing no money, and also so that, as you said, if you want to go and do your feature films, go and learn how to do that one fast because that is where we are entering into now. And also,
but again, the baby boy contamo. So one here, you not even ask for source document. They bring a financial statement and their church, this is
spreadsheets.
Yeah, the two are because you don't appreciate the business yourself. I remember when I was doing my master's and then a cons lecture, I say, what we are teaching you is the management side. It is not for you to do the day-to-day. So that maybe the document you're to name as an executive, you should be able to understand
peruse it well.
So you can peruse, you can probe. Now what I want to add in here, a church I did have to anyone because also a creative person because they will account to the creative people. They will not account to Ubiakeke. So you must also appreciate business.
Mark, nyum tuni beat yes, in a training beat yes, and I minister, wababe di minister, or see Yunkusuku, and no never solve a problem, Nana, and no never my royalties naba, and never my yenya shows near gig, and Gosuku says saying by this time.
Me share another back on UTV. And what they, I think it was something on royalty. It was something. I know this. I said, now more complaints say munya sika. Nipa no so kwagye sika na mamwa. Mo amo sign blame you almost say mo kwagye sorry sika. And then you said you don't even know what to say anymore because that's your cancer no can gamra assembly. What so can say musika nisa. They've identified a new market. What is the church? They say they are going to look for.
And it's a huge market.
Yes, huge market. The same creative people are then they turn around and they are fighting the organization which is Gamro.
For expanding their collection targets, you know.
Yes. One say we say level of appreciation before I don't know more you know her. Adibo na unim hohia in can be. You can be a creative person. But Gamro normally and Yamano a complex. If you are a creative person, a practitioner, as I area non tiasia, men can be. Jamo na royalty after all in this world, and you be beyond knowledge about. My big brother Kokuba, I like him for that. When you to us say, I'm not an economist.
I'm not an expert in this field.
In this area. But you watch, when it comes to a creative space, bring every topic. Omo chance I'm making. That's why I'm saying that. So when we acquire knowledge in America, I have gone to see it. I've seen the benefits. And I'm saying that you grow more people. There are people who want to learn. Samini is in Gimpa. Becca. No, so Gimpa. I hear say Yvonne Okoro. John Dumelo Gimpa. Yes. Yvonne Nelson. It means that there are people in the space who want it. It's Yankaso Bia and Enkope. But we want to grow Adena such that Ebedu baby no. Kasatri MBM because majority of the people have knowledge about these things. And the reason why the lawyers don't sue themselves is because they think alike. But the creative people, a lot of them don't think alike because Nadia and Bat together is just the creatives. But when it comes to the business side and other side, most are done in Tokwa.
Mark, this your overhauling is a long haul. Don't we have low-hanging fruits? I mean, easy and kakrana and when yanya fida ye kusku na just say.
So that's why I said I just mentioned one.
Hey, Mark, baby, one.
I just mentioned one. Okay, so yes, to say, okay, let me touch on this quickly. Then, one will say Charlotte issue about
Pepe.
Okay. You will expect that we'll have some people who lead and use diplomacy. Because after Second World War, it is diplomacy that has ruled the world.
True.
Yes. We go and find some people to go and mitigate.
Pepe.
But you see people say that creative art under attack. The question mark or creative art under siege. Me, Manche, Obamenchen, we had a fine chat. I was unwell. He kept chatting me, say, AMA is Socrates, fear. I'm issue statement say it is
on your virtual.
A virtual. And he's worried because they don't have any agreement with AMA that they want to go virtual. And what can we do? Now, the minister is not in town. But instruction for COVID it is above yen.
That's true.
It is from efficacy. Now, opinion ka sasi niwia minister be any to me or the best sano. Eti I come in kwa. Let's find a plan B. Eti because I wasn't well. I think Senang Komono and Koyi Papa send a chance my reply. Then me say chalo. One man we called me one chief. And not say Manche is not the only organizer of
Chalo what's he?
But a team no Kahubi traditional Ifone Kahubi. Now I said the same thing Manche also he'll get back to me. Metia and say I coach Chalote organizers. So when I started seeing say industry nature these things, then it reminded me of what my big brother police Penny Gufi Wachi. I catch him maybe when Kwakasi was arrested. I say, are you guys thinking you are above the law or something? Because I see that you are making it look like free. You remember Free Kwakese?
I remember very well.
As if mo untouchable, but niamo ye no, Emma Kwakese any problem more. So if we are able to get people to understand some of these things, they will see it as a way. Yes, I likely say yenuano a bia. I'm saying a bia because many details no. If you are not wafon, let's go and hear them out and see if we can mitigate punishment. You know, and you know, you can such that sometimes we call now say you name says you be jam work or baby. But when we do like no, you must come and answer questions to us. I've seen people say that the ministry must come and answer. The ministry must go and fix whatever.
Especially you, because almost you are one of us, so you should, you can't sit for them to embarrass and scandalize and attack the industry. You must go and Okrekumante must speak. And
okay. Yeah. So I remember say me manche, me catch and say, it would have been easy to say manche kokoye, but the moment I obey my one person so on the following we get ready for every event to happen. Again, to me Ben was a president akasa say, me my yenye na me mark makoma a counter and a Dr. Awa. That's a kind of Dr. Awa Nigana.
Now President Wan Kasakeke, it became law.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The context in which he spoke, it became
yes.
Law.
Executive. Yes. But again, you see, you appreciate the weight of President Asemono. Yes. But say one say dynamics na say. You think that yeah, I hear people say church. I hear people say beba be a church kuna unimi yanchi omo.
But church no cra on my regulations on how the churches should operate.
Even said that the creative people should have yonko share a GTA. Which we did. Correct. Modalities be the so we need to find out if Manchester Crack or GTA eco procedures in name and sign and okoye no ye. So I am not in a position to say whether or you're wrong and answer or you're right, because me kutia semnum ye. But you see, our industry.
Mama, it's been a while now, almost a week or so, or a few days.
I said about 1 week.
Almost released. They were released on Monday, right? This week. Today's a Saturday. They were released on Monday.
Okay.
And it's almost a week now. On Friday also won't follow up.
Manche and frame and me I just chanced on it. I think say if
social media
I just chanced on it. And first let me say it's one of them. It's hearsay for church because per the conversation we had, na me say manche bet to us.
Okay. Yes. For say
yes.
It's above the AMA, it's above you, yes. Minister Netown and see.
Yes. Me ma uncle. A team catch and say, let's find ways to say some of the support ya baby World Bank and your maybe abbey. Yanko tries between your funding nibi to cushion them to prepare for
next year.
Probably. You but let me say last year I'm so one year.
Last year 2020.
Yes, I'm saying 1 year because of COVID. It is for the second time, ABSWA, his whole life is planned around it as his main career for the year. So I share his pain. Unfortunately, out of God, I tied the problems where we are in control over Yamani B. So a baby sister said, anytime touch on Manchester said, a baby sister said, no Manchester whatever they say we, but look at how the industry is responding. Instead say be finding way I could mitigate. This is how we decided to handle it. A B as anchor, I know the more playing from aviation. Aviation. People may handle it differently. See, yeah, knowledge in American.
Okay, remember what touching on one more point now because I see I'm in 4 bit time. But answer na better touching on what's our point. No kai me. Usi mean kai will say obedin pombidi or can send be about the mother and you wanted to bring some clarification. Oh, producer one and then
it's a review.
Okay, and then you no free man sir.
Mate say sack Nana Akese this week, Mitia Nana Akese. Say say sack de odem ho akran ko bebo no.
Ah, then.
I said Nana Akese ngwe ni ma me ho kra dem so akọ kan ba ne ma me asem ti. No, Sarkodie cannot speak like that. All I can say is say Sarkodie has a fine brand. It's one of the tops we have. And so, Eugene, watch your phone. You do Sarkodie, it's one for phone. He has a fine brand. Baby, our better brand they do. Mom fat speeches be and say. That's all I have to say.
Have you seen Sarkodie, celebrity, popular gentleman, top influencer, role model, pictures of Zigar all over social media, advertising and promoting smoking of Zigar? Have you seen such pictures, Mr. Minister?
Yes, ma'am.
What are your brief comments on such?
Next year, we are going to do something with everybody here. Some of you, the country must direct its culture. So you direct your culture, because that culture is a foreign one, where the music videos are shot with cigar and all. And so, I effect, but it's also a sign of success. What? Ghana. Is it a sign of success in this country?
Well,
correct. So, and yeah, idea. But because we didn't direct our culture, how we want our people, because of mobile phones, now everybody is entering somebody's culture. The one just strong protecting your culture will be real culture.
There'll be cultural imposition.
Yes. Will be real. And so, I shall maybe our second or third role models be in the West, Kanye West or something. I'll share videos now. And I normal say yeah, and also so AAB. But where you live, that is not what they understand.
Talking about reorienting our culture, Minister Mpacho, about when name say Prophet One TV had shown pornographic content.
Yes, I've heard it.
Neso won't be. And what have you done about it after hearing such things?
And the TV power is not in the Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture. It's with my brother Kojo Ponkrumah, Honorable. It's the Information Ministry that is in charge.
Really?
Yes.
I'm surprised because I thought you are the ministry in charge of the National Film Authority.
Yes.
And the National Film Authority supervises the Classification Board Committee. Why have you put off this man? So no, a principal man. I mean, on what about the Minister, I was saying that. Are we okay now, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was saying that. I said we'll see TV. Nyamana goes under information. Yeah. I thought National Film Authority falls under your ministry.
Yes.
And the Film Classification Committee also falls under the National Film Authority, NFA. And the Film Classification Committee should see to the classification of contents that goes on TV. And it's a television free-to-air station be akwa yi ponuan kasa enye kissing I mean ponuan kasa a tree station who say na meka na father boom for but we dey my can and about when you say well you are not so sure it falls under you I mean how do we
is it me share you know me share I struggle is it a deliberate thing because once Metro TV na mendantem until once Metro TV you who say one who say pon a PTV no so and is it Ghana? Yeah, so I watched the logo. I said, about a minute.
Then you check your remote again, say.
Yeah, and I'm so around that time, Regiment was alive, and I maybe saw Reggie the following day. No, so a mistake. Yeah, Obi are not option the private DB names say, oh, inside one a mistake names are switching a better also. To move quickly, no me so. But Namo can was it deliberate? Say ye, see and I say also from the example another.
Well, omudi program be and pononu bedaso. And also omunji from omunji ha. But who say a year, I don't know what word to use. As if Koswana unye dia wo jaino na jaina unye dia wo no type of oh men you way and you were seeing raw, provocative, extreme, and I don't my words, oral sex going on live TV. And the feedback is that it's not the first, not the second, not the third.
Wow.
So that is the context in which I'm putting it to you. Say National Film Authority falls under you classification. Yes. What do is that?
Okay. Anka. It's obvious that Sukri doesn't know that Papano is going to show that kind of content. I'm sure you don't know.
No.
Because nobody preempts what can be shown. But they are supposed to come to Sukri in the team and present before they show. Unfortunately, I will not behave like Minim. There are issues to be solved within Socrates team, which Enama Nyamanibi I say flaws kakrabaho. But those problems will be solved as soon as possible. Moving on, I'm sure the way Socrates are charging on some of these things. Moment a few weeks, he will get back on track. And then a fault also. Internal maybe a survey. So that, but it is not a problem that will be solved at Socrates joint alone, because the law is within Honorable Kojo Oponkoma's Ministry of Information. Socrates will only check the day-to-day. But Mrana Kasa Ewo Oponkoma, Honorable in China, which I know they are working on them. So they've done all stakeholder on my way. On my pass. Yes. So it generally is a broadcast law. The broadcast law never fix a lot of these things. Then Socrates also support.
Well, I am also one interministerial committee on looking at the arts in generally. I'm sure once the ministry starts talking to each other, a bit more. Minister, it's sad we can't go through the full lists you've prepared, your main points. But the back back on your phone number more. I mean, maybe you'll be 30 minutes solid. Me and Kabana me
okay. The culture issues that I mentioned, next year we'll do a lot of promo on culture. We'll do a lot of activities that will help change minds. Me call a veteran. I never come who say most of the leaders. I use that as a focus group or a sample size when they were talking. You some people will send a nipa ye nipa lately and your Monday. Esi social media there Socrates oka kasebua your campaign ebetiao oka kasebi ma stop no kra
ene
your campaign ebetia Socrates. There are a lot of campaigns on
okay I get what you mean now more nyansa. I mean I get what you mean. It's
how we speak, choice of words. In the West, you know that they delay phoning offering the callers.
Serial callers.
Yes, you know the way they delay them.
Yes, there is a delay effect. There is a gadget software
correct.
For that.
I think we should get there. The way we allow no abba. Yeah, my early days on Joy FM. Somebody actually called and said, "Is that Joyce FM?" I'm saying Joy, I done Joyce or bad Joyce. I didn't hear any kunim hey, my friend. And then he's on air. What man not bad air? Obi tu grab his oba na ho na be man na ho.
Obi cried you no be friend. Come na do more. Are you a fool? Come na, I mean you remember that film,
but he delays hanyamana ebeboa. Again, some of the things na eba ye can sometimes we have fun with them. Years ago when the in quote mini anomo movies he be started by kwakuma enu tu ni nua be gina ho be a minute, 2 minutes, they are just insulting. Banding
more you see words beer.
Yes. We thought it was fun. Once and now it's become part of our culture.
At them the DNA, you cannot qua.
A fine song I like so much. La Hustle.
La Hustle.
Correct. It will give me the share on. You get me?
I get what you mean.
Fine song.
But maybe 25 years ago, he couldn't have done that. Say, I mean, wo ye nyum nowadays.
Lord Kenya, there's a part that says wo. I want to be say wo ye. It's an F word. Yes, Lord Kenya feel kumase by near ye fio. Yeah, it won't qualify.
Okay.
It won't qualify, and it's because over the years, ye jar to her. I don't know if the pastors have helped us or so for na news wa ku ye adie yo. It's become competition. pastors who are supposed to lead us and direct us are flaunting riches. Now every young person is about riches. It's not about achievements, how the money comes and fun. It's all because we have not directed our culture. And we need to do that with the people in the arts because they are the directors of culture. Music, film. If we begin to do movies like Shelley did to bring Amachi Dede up again with Perfect Picture, that's the power of film. We use film to make change. But at the moment, we've not engaged them over the years. Are we selling the Ghana flag? How do we sell the Ghana flag? All these things. It's the better know next year. Creative Art Agency by end of year, because at the moment, Minister Koba, the agenda is to put the board together and then recruit for them. So what office was one saying Creative Art Agency has a fine office that can spark. And then the agenda is to make sure that by end of year, all things being equal, they should get their money. The Creative Art Fund should also start. So their seed money, they get it, and then they begin to operate. And will be any budget. You can see that I'm wearing this.
Yeah.
Sports tourism is going to become a big deal.
Sports tourism.
Yes. Sports tourism, because what I'm saying, me call South Africa World Cup. If for swimming, I'm calling, but me buy no. Yeah, they would you buy and buy. If South Africa buy no 5-5, really do you buy?
Oh, okay.
They came with some of this culture. Again, sports tourism is plenty revenue. One way sports will tell you, AFCON, World Cup, Olympic Games. It's a big deal. And so, Tema, maybe a center of the world, no one. And a golf a club, and so on. And today we went to launch the tournament. We're here in Ghana
golf
of the world. Now say, Natara me say golf at you. One here.
I feel na papa big guitar golf stick.
Nti omo chere me. Me start ba me sika nu hoye. Nti we say why you say ska for na ebo. Nti say no eti. And so very soon when you introduce yourself as Ghanaian, you say you come from the center of the world.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are going to use golf to sell that venue. That will attract people to come, and then Ghana makes some revenue, and then they go and sell Ghana. There's a maca, you know what's another? The scholarship. The normal mama about scholarship, no panel.
Oh, the honorable start here. Many people whom you know be called now who say no credit.
Okay, last one. TV3. TV3. Aseda. Edema TV3. You know, Most Beautiful has sold our traditions and culture over the years. We often don't put spotlight on them, so I don't know more necessarily. But the truth is that it is one competition on TV that you see that your tradition, your culture. Sometimes some of the things they even say, they see a woman come and say that. But that's why I learned. Yes, even the judges accept that a woman say that, and they've learned. And so, Most Beautiful and what they do to promote Ghana and the regions, so as a ministry, and I must acknowledge that. UTV, Ajayi Boy J, has a show on also tongue, tradition and culture.
Heritage Ghana. I hear it's called. Yeah,
that's it. I see. Say this year, Diasa, they've added tourism sites. Oh, Munya Diasa.
Debbie.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that I think from so I say for promoting the sites, and then minim say Ajimanie. Or Shada, yes, or tourism segment. First 15 minutes of his show, I think says here Bonabaso, and we need more.
Like what Abeku is doing with his Mr. Tourism agenda, see Ghana, is Ghana, and then a Kaya Tony.
He's also a good ambassador for tourism. I'm sure say creative nibi with because now no one can say creatives, nor tourism. When tourism booms, it's the creatives that benefit.
Okay.
Say you to me manage, yes, so do all the great things we do. Like Sarkodie said, visit Ghana this year is a year of return. The creative people are the ones who can sell our culture better than any other people. The National Theatre and so everyone about so consistently. Last week we were there, and this week, last week we were there to see a performance, and it was good. and they sold almost every tribe by just watching one performance. Uncle Ebo White, I'm sure you all know what he does. He sells our culture. We need everybody on board. I'm sure say in the time, no.
Yeah. Time not them boy.
Sorry, sports another them.
Other them.
Now he say another them here no.
I'm about to say here pram put that.
King David. An engineer way.
King David never. I mean, King David never. King David never.
Auntie Minyako.
See, nine coin name. It's
last one.
Hey, Minister.
Yes. Next month,
there
will be
September, yes.
There will be a stakeholder engagement. We are going to talk.
Ebeka Sabium.
We are going to talk about pensions for the last time.
Oh, Nadia Koka, National Theatre, Dana, Musi, insurance scheme, pension scheme, glycody, I know what.
Yes. Minister tried to get Glyco on board. To get, I think that time, Honorable Babrotin Jesse, to get
pension fund, the Bini insurance, wine be.
But let's face facts. Halifax, what they am hanging now. Or pension is you. Go much is you alone.
That's true.
It's a nya bambia.
Of course.
It's not MPP, it's not NDC.
No, that's true.
Yes. And even if the government decides to pay your premium for you first time.
Continuation is it?
Continuation, And that first one alone too cannot give you pension after 60.
No.
We want all the various groupings to come. Once and for all, let's agree the way forward for pensions. I think I did just watch and and then I used to so it be keke. X% of mama and so I'm 5,000 10,000 So President Mahama is doing it and you guys are not doing it. But will that solve the problem?
He's found a smart way of doing his politics kakra now. Well, he has found a smart way of doing small politics kakra.
But generally, will that solve the problem of the performer?
Honorable Minister, my from Ebia, we need to find a whole program on just pensions alone. And then his name is.
I don't bring them. They are too emotional.
His name is Mark Okrekumanti, Deputy Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture. Arnold Bremena. I mean, let me go the other way around. I am pong. Or see, my minister to feel more. 1, 2, 3.
Nah, because of time, I'll stick with the substantive issue in here or the bar, and then leave the rest for another day. I agree when we talk about knowledge. As one of the main issues back when teaching a panel knowledge, but my a little confused with regard to the knowledge bit, because over the period I've always said what arts be bring any understanding when it comes to the creative, the arts. So for example, you actually have a musician or an artist who is confused as to entity, say a collection of the royalties, because I've seen A-list artists in Ghana say, music and some comedy royalties mine, lack of understanding. And so my question maybe someone can say, because we can knowledge we used to evolve more game panel yourself as an example. So are you talking about knowledge a human knowledge, or actually gaining knowledge to broaden your horizon in the craft? So that's where my confusion is. Okay. So what should come first?
Okay. I would say the industry knowledge in idea. I'm say anka every day if Ubia decided to show interest in Adena or Yena, it will come to you naturally.
You actually take time to learn.
When you're a member of any of these groupings, we are my airport. But I'm sure that some of the people in the art, what you know, they don't know.
Okay.
Because you've shown interest. You are committed, sir. I don't know when you want to learn. No should be an individual's passion to want to know. But you see, when you build a culture of knowledge, it affects the school. Culture, it affects all the other things.
So the last one before you move on. So it's good to when I identify as our problem anyway, and I totally agree. Say it was our problem. Mechanism being putting in place to ensure say gap will be bridged.
And scholarship
but just say
it's not the scholarship you spoke about.
Scholar and
the normal master classes
okay.
Baby.
Yeah.
There's a young man who came to see me called Kojo Vandi from UK. Na suit or sheno. Or not a pammy. So Michelle said, one a pam young guy. And so I had next week, I come never back. So you see him. And then he started teaching me about fashion. And I was lost. And fashion yama okano. He showed that there were gaps be. It will be a Kojo Mekacha and it's the first thing Kojo. Do I put a master class for you to help? Also he's ready. But again, the culture of someone knowing that I deal with or a young guy, but I need the knowledge, so let me go for it. When we were at old Peace FM, there was something that they did around karma health, around knowledge.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I was part of
because we are this. I told Carlos that if it is knowledge, I will go. And he had issues with me for going. I'm kind of say, knowledge go for 2 years school no more do. We are saying it free. So when we have that culture, say, there are a lot of things. Creativity is not enough. Oh. People think that, more skill, my creativity, that is enough. Even sometimes your interpersonal skill, how
soft skills.
Our mom shows now how they behave backstage, how you talk to people who see you as their celebrity. All of these things, a lot of our people, gaps no.
Yes. Honorable, then we have a long way to go. That's why I said this. Your long overhauling is a long haul.
There's a major problem. I
believe that is your last point.
Yes, last
your
one.
name. I mean, it's almost 5.
What's ahead of the problem?
No. Someone ahead of Creative Arts Council. No. Master classes be now, apathy. Now be now. No show up. Most often than not, be journalists, bloggers, women, and affiliate auditorium. But we be a moving pick no more. So minimum assessment as to, because you've mentioned say masterclass is one of the solutions to the problem. How then do you fix the participation?
The moving pick one was a plan B.
Yeah.
We decided to do customized.
Okay.
So instead of just blasting that this is what we are doing, everybody should come, we sent particular personalities invites. That you've been invited to come for this, and we saw the results. They came. So moving on, that will be the strategy.
And venue didn't play a part.
I didn't say that. You are saying
okay, I'm only saying it was.
Okay, Mark.
Yes.
You know Sadiq Baba.
Alaji.
He says I should tell you he's listening. So you shouldn't shade them today.
What you shouldn't do?
You shouldn't throw shades. Don't say that John Mahama boy no more 5,000 BNA. I'm feeling say everybody should be giving them money instead of building them better.
Oh, did Sadiq hear that?
Oh, yeah.
But Sadiq should be on air by now.
No, it's almost 5. Christianes, Pacho, Bremuna and Pongwana, it's almost 5. You're bit time be
happy saying the honorable minister. Now, I will say only 2 things.
Meka dear me no be.
Meka dear me no. Baku, and say me as a person, questionist. I've known Mark. He's been my strength as a young man.
My name Mark or my holding say.
Na Adebaku as a young man, Mark I obey or me fapim.
Okay.
Now because of Kwan your first war also be any mkasa no kano kreno said the chirubia. And I want him to look at certain key people's faces, sit them down, one kind of kreno for peace to prevail in the overhauling exercise.
And who are those key people?
And I'm saying it for truth. Say, most of you people should allow me talk now. You people should allow me make a talk. The entire American say process na ye famu ekwaya ye nam so a ye pese ye dane yes ye overhauling. It has to start with the people. As I say, it started with Nipa no.
Eno nti na nka
na ye be hia say
yembre no akon na wa say Nipa no say ne na ye koye ne but
because the American say in the even with this gamble aspect me sure say Deputy Minister is aware of problems at Gambra Femua Abepemende. And the Quanya Faswa, Sebisebu, your co Kumasi Hula Balloon Adadi. It is a ne So big back beka say oye interim board chairman for Gamro. We saw interim board chairman for Gamra. I want a problem no. I be say back because ye na ye name the truth that is there. Sir, it's not that is not what it's supposed to be. We know the problem that is there. That person is the solution to the problem. You are not a Gamro interim chairman. And we need to really solve the problem from down there to cause there be peace. You are not. And I'm very emotional about it. Say, then it means that all the effort I put in Nano, it comes back to zero. And that's my point. My point, no. Because where the organization has fought to. Look at the stress we are going through.
Apart from Gamro persona dramatics, no, what other problem are you
addressing? My second problem, say it's been 1 year now.
I feel back when
in terms of Dr. Awal, about office. Say many I just say Mark Abekam. The Creative Art Fund. Say yentuma nyahwe kra. Sa Creative Art Fund enkopem se December we esino. Mesre Mark say honorable bomodien na fa onansi form. Na yen establish fund no. Because eno na ye na ye fapem. Ebetumi aboa enoma ye kan the culture, the tourism ni bibia.
What can act in I see a lot of you mention the Creative Art Fund. You want to see it happening. Act no, we are the practitioners are also going to contribute to the fund. What can?
Yes, minimum.
Good.
Send me that.
I thought we were just taking our short closing remarks.
Yeah, short. Nah, short. Short.
It's where you. Okay.
Because of Alphas, Art Fund nedia.
What?
Say ibebo modern say.
It's 1 month up to December.
As I said, if it's have copy December. Me say.
I don't also see we ourselves are contributing to
Mark
the fund.
No. On fund the sense in the book say. I be if it's have copy December. Creative Art Fund no obe establish.
Ya me be ya my that's Socrates Safo Junior and Pacho my empon na enko why.
Em say o say emre ne ko na me am so tumi hu say emre no ko nti me dey ka me dey besi anse na next time oba na ya to aso. But me ti ne o ka ne nyina ase ya to aso mpa. Yeah.
Minister Pacho o closing remarks na enko.
No kan wakasa da.
Yeah wakasa be bre besa questions kra.
Me da obi ase say after vetting, this is my first interview.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Then I'm on it.
Yes.
I'm privileged.
Yes, after vetting, this is my first.
And thank you for making that Peace 104.3 FM.
Yes, this is my first. Now, Medobiase, President especially for believing in me. I always say that when it comes to the MPP, every area be our options because I've been for people.
You have the men.
We have the men.
Ayo.
Yes. And so if you are chosen to go and lead, you should know, say, spare bear 20 for the same thing.
And they are warming up.
They can do what you do. And so you are a kumapa na aka penny no the amount say believe in you and no say na kobwa papa penny Dr. Mohamed Awal. And like you all know me, I am committed, just like President is committed, Dr. Awal is committed. The change for this industry must come. Now, we need everybody on board. Gamro, Musica, all these things, you know. Kwesi, sometimes, no can't say German and can. On your kwasi. What do I say? You be a car say, and let's move on. And yes, I kwasi. Until I say, let's move on. But sometimes, for the sake of a bigger thing ahead, we all need to bury our egos and our pride and look at the bigger vision. I see that for creative people near here, we are emotional. It's a we use emotions. But when we are doing business, we don't use emotions. We use the head instead. The emotions could mislead us. The heart is very deceptive. Until we fall in love and their issues. the creative space, the promotion. It's I am very say yes, all the associations in am court. I am very, and I see that people are proud that yes, they are courts, yes, and you ask yourself that. Says kind of when you're not the court, no, what save you him for pension? Yet they say we shouldn't talk about pension. Yet we have money that we always have to go to court and prove a point. It's moving on. Yamana mukasi yenye no. Yebe yama mubewi nam court nam da so kwa. How can we do all the things you're talking about? Then I'm doing industry. They say it is a good industry. It's not an industry that me come me nyebi. Bra penny was say me despite unyebi. But the baby a piece FM. I can mention a lot of people who have seen. You can't tell Sarkodie or Stoneboy or Shatawale that this industry, even Kwame Eugene Kidi can promise democracy that this industry is a bad industry. Because Sika idea 50,000 and budget 1 gig, we better off is the whole year. So we must nurture this industry well and make sure say yes, people mention us that it's our time. Yes, I change this in a year. Instead of court to court, I want to prove a point. I'm a star. Do you know who I am? It's a new era. It's a new environment, and we need everybody on board. That's it.
Yes, so yeah, that's interesting submission and summary from Marco Krekumante, Deputy Minister, Tourism, Arts and Culture. And one thing I like about him, Okasaka Kra now about the minister didn't say my minister is of the country, and it's run through his statements. Loyalty pani. Well, we are all learning from him. And I'm proud, I'm humbled, I'm privileged to have Mark as the Deputy Minister. I mean, he has a good heart. He has a discipline, and then of course he understands our culture and tradition, and he's been a practitioner. We pray and we wish him all the best. Honorable, thanks so much for passing through the show and making this your first interview.
Yes.
And we can't wait to host you again.
Yes.
And I'm happy I'm the one interviewing you.
Yes.
For a very good reason. So that is Marco Krekumante, my panel member, starting from the right side of Mike is another Samuel Bedu who will be on United Showbiz tonight. Kwesi Anesta, he's become emotional. I don't know why. To say in Swata and Kwesi I don't get it. Why? And Socrates Safo production team today a one-man show. Eugene Safon Cancer alone did everything. Initially, Krana, he was playing the role of a DJ for me before, he started doing it. Eugene Nyami Inshirao, my only producer today. Father, Dr. Dixona, has been the executive producer. My name is Halifax. I sat in for Kwesi Abuaji, and it's Peter Square that made it possible for us to watch on social media and took all the comments. I can't also see the other person. So it's basically Peter Square behind the social media handles, and then Eugene be doing the production team. Alone, I'm out of here. Nyami Sharma.
Chance me, mommy, shepherd.